Wednesday night at Angelo State. Tonight, the Pioneers will try to start another winning streak against another tough Lone Star Conference foe, the Abilene Christian University Wildcats. And now, let's go live to Kitty Magee Arena on the TWU campus and the duo that will bring you the call of tonight's game, Andy Smith and Steve Sheridan.
Hello everyone, welcome to Kitty Magee Arena on the campus of Texas Woman's University for today's NCAA basketball game between your TWU Pioneers and the Abilene Christian Wildcats. This is the Jupiter House Coffee pregame show on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network. Start your day the right way at Jupiter House Coffee. 2 locations to serve you, one on University Drive and the other on the Denton Square. I'm Steve Sheridan, your play-by-play announcer for today's game. Joining me on color is Andy Smith. Jonathan Wittmis is our producer. TWU enters today's contest at 4-1 after suffering its first loss of the season Wednesday night at Angelo State, 67-48. Abilene Christian is 2-1 and riding some momentum from a 64-58 home win over St. Mary's University on Thursday. Here's Andy with more.
Well, that's exactly right. The TWU Pioneers, they dropped their first game of the season earlier. They're not used to that. The good news is just a few short days later you get ready and you can make amends for that. And talk to Coach Gilson before the game. We'll hear from her in a moment. But she felt like they got outworked. And early season losses like that can be of a benefit if you respond appropriately. And they said, Coach Gilson said they had a great week of practice since then. And now they'll get a chance here on their home court, the home conference opener, which for both teams really comes very early in the season. Only 6 games in for TWU, just 4 games in for Abilene Christian. So neither team has really had a lot of time to get ready, but that doesn't matter. It's conference play, and you got to get going, and that's what we'll see here in just a few minutes.
Absolutely right. Thanks a lot, Andy. It should be a terrific afternoon of basketball here at Kitty Magee Arena. Just ahead in the Jupiter House Coffee pregame show, we'll have interviews with the head coaches in today's game and give you scouting reports on both teams. You're listening to TWU Basketball on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network, home of the Maroon and White. We'll be back to hear from Abilene Christian head coach Shauna Lavender. Jupiter House is Denton's locally owned and locally operated coffee shop. With 2 locations to serve you, on the Courthouse Square or University Drive, Jupiter House is the perfect place to start your day. Grab your favorite coffee drink, pastry, or empanada and get ready to take on the world. Jupiter House, proud corporate partners of TWU Athletics.
Alpha Graphics is the official printing company for TWU Athletics. Whether you need printing or mailing services or a complete set of marketing solutions, Alpha Graphics is the right team for you. Get more information at alphagraphics.com or call 940-891-1200. When you choose Alpha Graphics, you choose results.
Welcome back to the Jupiter House Coffee pregame show. Earlier, we caught up with ACU coach Shauna Lavender. Here are her thoughts on today's game, brought to you by the Denton Record Chronicle. The Denton Record Chronicle, your source for Pioneer athletic news.
I'm here with Coach Shauna Lavender of the Abilene Christian University. She's in her 8th season, so you guys are off to a good start. So thanks for coming to Denton. So what does it mean, if anything, to be playing the defending conference champions on their home court?
Well, I guess, starting conference, you might as well start off with the best. So, we always like coming to TWU. It's always a really good game here when we play them. Beth does a great job with her kids. Every year, you know that they're going to be playing hard. She's a great X's and O's coach as well. So, hopefully we're ready. We only played 3 games right now, and it's a little scary starting conference this early, especially jumping in with TWU. But got to do it at some point, so we might as well jump in now.
Just get started.
That's right.
It's been unusual because only 3 games into the year.
Right.
The 4th game you're playing a big conference game.
Yeah.
So, but you did have some momentum coming off a nice win over St. Mary's. So
right.
Talk a little bit about that and how that win can help you today.
Well, right now I think with us, only playing 3 games so far, we're just trying to find some consistency right now. And, I felt like, sorry, my 5-year-old's actually giving me change back from...
That's Austin.
Yes, this is Austin.
Yes.
But, it's we're trying to find some consistency, trying to find our right, lineups that kind of mesh together. And it was a good win we had the other night. Hopefully we can kind of start carrying that over. We kind of been a little off and on the first 3 games, so we'll kind of see where we are tonight, and hopefully we're ready to go.
Yeah, early in the season you're trying to get it all together.
That's right. Yeah, you just don't know from day to day.
That's right. So for today's game against TWU, what's the key for ACU?
You know, I think for us playing 40 minutes, I think that's going to be really key, and we have to have some kids step up and play for 40 minutes. The first 3 games we've tended to play for 20 minutes, and then we'll take a few minutes off, and then maybe we'll play for another 5. So it's going to take 40 minutes tonight. We're going to have to have a lot of help from a lot of people, and we can't just rely on 1 or 2 people for us. It's going to have to be a team effort tonight.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
2 minutes. Thanks.
The Denton Record Chronicle is the place to get the latest TW athletics news. Read our print edition or visit us at dentonrc.com. The Denton Record Chronicle also provides the best coverage of all the local high schools, as well as the Rangers, Stars, Cowboys, and Mavericks. That's the Denton Record Chronicle, your news source for Denton County.
D&D Sports Medicine offers the most experienced outpatient rehabilitation clinics in Denton, Sanger, Aubrey, and Little Elm. D&D takes pride in being a dedicated and distinguished healthcare provider. D&D Sports Med firmly embraces the philosophy of exceptional orthopedic and sports medicine knowledge, professional service, and operational excellence needed to consistently provide the highest value to the patients we serve. D&D Sports Medicine will help you get back in the game. Welcome back to the Jupiter House Coffee pregame show. It's now time for a scouting report on Abilene Christian. This segment is brought to you by Groggy Dog Sportswear, the official screen printer of TWU Athletics. Andy, what do you got for us about ACU?
Well, Abilene Christian University Wildcats, it's so early in the season for them. They've won 2 of their first 3 games, so it's a decent start for them. Last year they finished 6th in conference play, so they're looking to rebound. But they have a lot of talent, very deep, talented team. And early in the year, it's just hard to say exactly what you have. And you heard Coach Lavender talk earlier about looking for some consistency. So they do have some momentum over the 64-58 win that they had at St. Mary's the other day. And so that helps. A pretty good shooting team because they're searching for that consistency, hitting 40% from the field and 37% from the three-point line. But again, it's just so early in the season. They're only 3 weeks in. They started off their season just November 11th, and we're just barely into December. So it's really very soon to tell and get a good read on what the Abilene Christian Wildcats can do. We do know this, though, that Shauna Lavender, the head coach, has been there 8 years. And so she knows what it looks like. She knows how to get her team prepared for conference play. And I'm sure that we're going to get their best effort as they seek to take down the defending conference champion, TWU Pioneers, tonight.
Absolutely right. And a very young team as well. When you talk about the team and talk about it being early, a very young team as well. Just 1 senior on the roster. That's Sarah Reno out of Tomball, Texas. And all the rest underclassmen with 4 freshmen on the team. And some names to listen for tonight individually. Mac Langford, 5'7" sophomore out of Weatherford, Texas. She's leading the team in scoring right now through the first 3 games with 25.7 points a game. She's also tied for the team lead in assists with 7 and 4th on the team in rebounding with 4.7 per game. Also, some names to listen for. Actually, a non-starter, but coming off the bench, giving them some good time. Renata Marquez. She leads the team in rebounding with 9 a game. She's 2nd in scoring with 14.5 a game, and 4th on the team in assists with 6. Also, some freshman help coming from Paige Parliament. She's out of Brock, Texas. She's 6'1", center. She's 5th on the team in scoring with 6 points a game, 5th in rebounds with 4 a game. So that's pretty good. Those are some pretty good numbers for a freshman just starting off her college career. So that's your update on the ACU Wildcats. We'll be back with a Coach Gilson interview and the TWU preview in just a minute. You're listening to TWU Basketball on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network. We'll be back in just a moment to hear from TWU head coach Beth Gilson. At Point Bank, we know our area, we know our people, and we have since 1884. Would you like a personal banking experience with the same security the big banks offer? The friendly and helpful people of Point Bank are from your own Denton community, which means that your needs are foremost. Because convenience is so important to you, Point Bank offers 9 locations, 24-hour express banking, and free online banking. Visit pointbank.com to find the location nearest you and come on by to let our friendly staff help you with your banking needs.
Dr. Michael Avenshire is one of the team doctors for your TWU Pioneers. Specializing in family and sports medicine, Dr. Avenshire enjoys taking care of the whole family, but there is just nothing more fun than being out on the field or in the gym taking care of athletes. Dr. Avenshire is located at the Medical Center of North Texas on Highway 380 and Crossroads. Give him a call, 940-365-9389.
You know you make me wanna
Welcome back to the Jupiter House Coffee pregame show. Earlier, we discussed today's contest with TWU head coach Beth Gilson. This interview is brought to you by James Wood Auto Park. James Wood, big savings, big selection, big difference.
I'm here with Coach Beth Gilson of the TWU Pioneers. So, Coach Gilson, I'm going to start off our discussion today. Being the conference champion, that sometimes changes the way other teams look at the Pioneers. So what are your thoughts about having to defend that conference championship and having people maybe put the target on your back for a change?
That's exactly right, and that's what we talk about a lot, is the target is on our back, and everybody's going to be fired up to play us, and we have to be able to match their intensity and be ready to go every single night. Which, that's a new position for us, so we like being in that position though, and we know that it's a good thing to have a target on your back.
It means you're very successful and you're looking to build on that. So you started conference play earlier this week, and you went out to Angelo, and they came out on top. So I'm sure it wasn't the way you wanted to start conference play, but it could only help you. So what do you take out of that game against Angelo State?
I thought it was a learning lesson for us. I just thought that Angelo State was a lot more hungry to win than we were, and our practices weren't what they needed to be. So since that loss, I feel like as a team we've gotten better. We've come with a lot more intensity, a lot more energy in practice, and that has just been a wake-up call for us. Credit Angelo State, they're a very good team, well coached, but I did not feel like we played to our potential at all.
Well, one of the good things is you get a chance to redeem yourself quickly in conference play. And here comes Abilene Christian, a pretty good team themselves. So what do you know about them so far this season, and what do you think TWU needs to do today to get back on track?
ACU is always very solid. They're well coached. They're not going to make a lot of mistakes. So, we just have to be ready in all aspects. And it's conference play, so we've got to come ready to play and want it a lot more. And we got to be ready to play for 40 minutes. But like I said, they're going to be solid. They're going to be well coached. They're going to do a lot of the little things right, but so are we. And so this is going to be a great matchup today.
All right. Thanks very much, Coach. We'll see how it goes here in just a few minutes.
Okay, thanks.
James Wood Auto Park is a proud sponsor of the TWU Pioneers. With dealership locations in both Denton and Decatur, James Wood is the place to go for your next automobile purchase. James Wood's extensive inventory includes new cars, pre-owned cars, and commercial trucks. James Wood Auto Park, big savings, big selection, and a big difference.
You may think all investment firms are the same. However, Edward Jones has made a conscious decision to serve you, the individual investor, differently. It's more than lip service. See for yourself how this approach can help make a difference for you and your family. Call Edward Jones of Denton at 940-565-0100 and start making sense of your investing. Welcome back to the Jupiter House Coffee pregame show. It's now time for a scouting report on the TWU Pioneers. This scouting report is brought to you by TWU. TWU, the new way to bank.
So before we get into the scouting report, let me make a quick comment that TWU basketball has teamed up with the United States Marine Corps Reserves to host Toys for Tots collections at their 3 home games here in the month of December. So all fans that bring a new unwrapped toy to donate for the Toys for Tots program, you get free admission to Pioneer games in the month of December. That'd be a great way to show your support for the Pioneers and at the same time bring a toy for a tot.
That's pretty sweet.
That's very sweet.
I would bring Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I think I'd be Power Rangers are good. Power Rangers, yes.
I thought you were going to say cabbage.
Speaking of power, let's talk about TWU's start to the season. What a great start the Pioneers had. Coach Gilson off to 4 consecutive wins, averaging almost 80 points a game. Really a scorching hot start for the Pioneers, but it came crashing back down to earth earlier this week over at Angelo State. And just an uncharacteristic performance so far in this early season as the Pioneers dropped that game 67 to 48, so only getting 48 points in that game. Interest tonight, Coach Gilson can get one step closer to the all-time wins for TWU as a coach. He can track down Coach Casey Crump, who had that record with 71 back in the 80s and early 90s, and so Coach Gilson will be looking to do that. But the Pioneers come into tonight's game shooting pretty well themselves, 48% from the field, 31% from the field, and as we'd said, there will be plenty of motivation here on the side of the Pioneers tonight as they get a chance to right what they felt like was a wrong in their conference opener against Angelo State, and they get back to 1-1 in conference play. That's big in the early going.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the players they'll be looking at tonight, first off, you really can't talk about TWU individually without talking about Jessica Hanna. She is an unbelievable talent. She's been around here 4 years out of China Spring, Texas, a 5'9" senior guard, and she is actually actually needs 28 points to move into a tie for third on the career scoring list. Peggy Allen is number 1 on that list, and Tammy Jolch is number 2. Both of those ladies are in the TWU Athletics Hall of Fame, so that tells you what kind of an athlete and what kind of a career Jessica Hanna has had. She leads the team in scoring coming into today with 19.2 points a game and rebounding with 9.6 per game. Last year at ACU, in their contest against the Wildcats, Hanna put up 22 points and grabbed 8 rebounds. Also, you can kind of focus on the starters today. They've been putting up the best numbers for the Pioneers so far. Cammie Smith leads the team in assists with 44 and steals with 15, and she's obviously an amazing passer, 44 assists in 5 games, so nearly 9 per game. She's also 4th on the team in rebounding, pulling down 5 boards a game, which is pretty impressive considering she's just 5'5". Also, Brittany Newsom gotten untracked a little bit from a slow start. She got in foul trouble in the very first game of the season against Ouachita Baptist. She's 3rd on the team in scoring now with 11.4 points per game, and also 3rd in steals with 9. Tabitha Thurman, 5'6", sophomore guard out of the Colony, 2nd on the team in assists with 14, 3rd in boards with 5.2 a game, and last year at ACU, she had 6 points and 5 rebounds. And finally, Crystal Atwood, the sophomore from Georgetown, Texas, 5'10", going to get the start at a forward today. She is 5th on the team in scoring with 8.8 points a game, and she's averaging 3.4 rebounds as well. So those are your 5 starters, and they have put up some strong numbers so far for the Pioneers.
So look forward tonight, Jessica Hanna and Cammie Smith, the senior leaders, to lead the charge and bring some of that energy back. As Coach Gilson had said in an interview you heard a moment ago, felt like they got outworked. And that's not the characteristic, that's not how we've come to know Jessica Hanna and Cammie Smith. They very rarely get outworked. And so, as senior leaders, they'll need to step up and lead the way. One of the things that got TWU earlier this week in that loss against Angelo, all season long they've shown this remarkable knack to come out after halftime and just have a tremendous second half. Started slow and then came out, and that caught up with them in the game against Angelo State. They were not able to turn that around in the second half. And so again, I think Coach Gilson will emphasize, let's start fast today, and let's not wait until the second half to turn up the intensity. They just weren't able to turn it on against Angelo State earlier.
Absolutely, and as a broadcaster, I'm allowed to come up with an excuse or two as well. Your geography for Texas is better than mine. How far is it to San Angelo?
San Angelo is about a 5-hour drive from here out in far west Texas.
So that's what I think, when you play in these conference, at schools like TWU, it's just not easy. I mean, we saw that with Ouachita Baptist when they came in. They had a long bus ride just getting in. I'm not sure what the exact travel schedule was. Regardless, a 5-hour trip in the middle of the week is always tough. But, you get that back as an advantage on your home court as well. But anyway, I could make up excuses for the girls.
Well, I mean, Abilene Christian is dealing with that today. That's a 3-hour drive, 3-hour plus, and the weather's a little dicey today, so sure it took a little longer. I mean, they're young. The benefit of youth helps out. For me and you, that might be a little bit more taxing. Well, at least for me anyway.
Absolutely. All right, well, you're listening to TWU Basketball on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network, home of the maroon and white. We'll be back after this with the start of today's game.
Find out how easy it is to join TWU. TWU is the full-service bank for all your banking needs. Come visit one of our 3 Denton locations or log on to TWU.org and learn why TWU is the right bank for you. TWU, the new place to bank.
McDonald's is proud to support the Texas Women's University Pioneers. With 5 Denton locations, there's a McDonald's near you. All Denton area McDonald's are owned and operated by Phillips Brothers Restaurants.
Tonight's webcast on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network is brought to you in part by the following corporate partners of TWU Athletics: the Hampton Inn and Suites, DFW Marriott Champion Circle, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, the Courtyard by Marriott Denton, El Guapo's Tex-Mex Restaurant, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, and McDonald's of Denton.
This is Beth Gilson, head coach of the TWU Pioneers. You are listening to TWU Basketball on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network.
All right, welcome back to Kitty Magee Arena. We are about a minute and a half away from our national anthem and starting lineups here for today's NCAA basketball game between your TWU Pioneers and the Abilene Christian Wildcats. TWU coming in at 4-1 on the season, Abilene Christian at 2-1. And while we have a quick minute, I want to make sure we let everybody know about the TWU Gymnastics 2011 Holiday Spectacular. That'll be taking place tomorrow, December 4th at 2 p.m. right here at Kitty Magee Arena in Pioneer Hall. There's free admission, also free TWU Gymnastics Holiday Spectacular t-shirts to the first 150 fans, free holiday cookies and drinks. It says while supplies last, so I probably shouldn't come because they'd be gone pretty quick if I get here too early.
You definitely want to get out in front of Andy Smith and Steve Sheridan on that free holiday cookies and punch. Let me just make a recommendation.
Whenever you see in parentheses while supplies last, you hope Andy and Steve are not there. free pictures with Santa following the meet, holiday entertainment, and they're also accepting canned food donations for the TWU food pantry. So we will actually also at halftime be interviewing TWU head gymnastics coach Lisa Bowerman. So we're excited for that interview, and TWU Gymnastics fans excited to get things underway. So again, that's the Holiday Spectacular for TWU Gymnastics tomorrow, December 4th, 2 o'clock right here at Kitty Magee Arena in Pioneer Hall. So we are, we are winding down the last few seconds here, and then we're going to turn it over to our public address announcer for our national anthem and starting lineups.
Between the Abilene Christian University Wildcats and your TWU Pioneers. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and direct your attention to the American flag hanging in the north end of the arena. Performing our national anthem today is Mr. Blake Burleson. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's Thank you to Blake Burleson for that outstanding rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Wildcats from Abilene Christian. Starting at guard, 5'7" sophomore from Weatherford, number 14, Matt Langford. Starting at forward, 5'10" sophomore from San Angelo, number 22, Hillary Adams. Starting at center, a 6'2" junior from Capel, number 31, Kelsey Smith. Starting at guard, a 5'8" junior from Portland, number 32, Cecily Perez. Starting at center, a 6'1" freshman from Brock, number 34, Paige Parliament. Abilene Christian is coached by Shauna Lavender. She is assisted by Terry Twitter and Lindsay Blau. The Wildcats team manager is Kayla Cage. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the starting lineup for your TWU Pioneers. Starting at guard, a 5'9" senior from China Spring, number 3, Jessica Hannah. Starting at guard, a 5'5" senior from Garland, number 4, Kimmy Smith. Starting at guard, a 5'9" junior from El Reno, Oklahoma, number 22, Brittany Newsom. Starting at guard, a 5'6" sophomore from the colony, number 24, Tabitha Thurman. And starting at forward, a 5'10" sophomore from Georgetown, number 34, Crystal Atwood. The Pioneers are coached by Beth Jolson. She's assisted by the Conquistador, Michael Madrid. Lauren McCulloch and Kelsey Wasmer are the Pioneers' graduate assistants. And Sharif Wilson is the team's athletic trainer.
All right, so there are your starting lineups for today's game. We're just about ready to get back at it here. Andy, you and I haven't had the chance to broadcast a game since November 19th, that Southern Arkansas game in which the Pioneers ran away 85-48. So I'm ready to get going again on some basketball.
I am ready myself. And I was just chuckling as the introductions because you could not have been more monotone and boring as you're introducing Abilene Christian by design. I love when PA guys do that. And then, of course, it's like flipping the switch.
Yeah.
And it's hyperdrive on the home team, which is really cool. It's always funny to me.
It's awesome.
That was great. No, it's good to be back doing it. We had the opener here at Kitty McGee Arena, had 1,400 people in attendance, and good crowd on hand so far today.
Absolutely. Quick start here, tip, and a pass from Paige Parliament quickly ahead to Mac Langford. Langford's shot won't go down, but Wildcats able to pull in the rebound. Cecily Perez sends it over to Langford. Langford gets a high screen from Parliament. Jumper just inside the top of the key, won't go down, and rebound pulled in by Tabitha Thurman. Thurman, Smith, Hannah, Atwood, Newsom on the floor, starting today's game for the Pioneers. Jessica Hannah hands off to Thurman, back to Smith, right wing to Newsom. Newsom finds Hannah, top of the key. Hannah fakes a jumper from there, runs, floater in the lane off the backboard and off the rim, rattles out, and a rebound pulled in by Paige Parliament. Parliament gets it ahead to Cecily Perez. Perez sets the offense. Goes left to Langford. Langford back out top to Adam. Perez up top of the key to Parliament. Back to Adam. Back to Langford. Jumper on the baseline. Won't go down for Kelsey Smith. Rebound pulled in by Jessica Hannah. Cami Smith quickly ahead. Right wing to Newsom. Smith settles things down, sends it back up top to Hannah. Hannah gets a high screen from Atwood. Pull-up jumper for Hannah off the back of the iron. Good strong rebound, though, from Tabitha Thurman. And shot clock resets. Pioneers get another chance. Left wing to Thurman. Thurman looks to a cutting Newsom. Couldn't get it there, but a three-pointer top of the key for Hannah. Bounces softly off the rim. Won't go down. Rebound pulled in by Kelsey Smith. Smith gets it ahead to Langford. Up the right sideline, back to Smith. Swings it all the way around to Perez. Perez back into the hands of Hillary Adam. Adam guarded by Tabitha Thurman. And a post up there by Paige Parliament. Her jumper won't go off, and a really solid rebound pulled in by Tabitha Thurman as the Pioneers come back the other way. So some cold shooting here early in the first couple minutes. Ball rattling in and out and just won't fall for either squad right now. So we are scoreless with 17:40 to go in the first half. Newsom, left wing, three-pointer, off the mark, rebound, grabbed by Cecily Perez. I will give Andy Smith a chance to talk here in a minute. With the action, we had no whistles or anything. Top of the key, three-pointer, Mac Langford on the way, off the mark, rebound pulled in by Jessica Hanna. We are now at the 17-19 mark, so we have not stopped the action with a whistle or anything.
Somebody's got to break the tie sooner or later, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. So that ball went out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover against the Pioneers. Wildcats will get the ball.
I think right now they're the two posts for the Abilene Christian Wildcats, 6'2" Kelsey Smith and 6'1" Paige Parliament. They're an imposing presence down underneath, and they really are controlling the paint so far this game.
Absolutely. Parliament with the ball up top. And the ball goes now into the post. A little baby hook put up by Smith. She gets her own rebound. Ball comes out to Langford, and Langford is fouled on a drive to the basket by Tabitha Thurmond. That's her first foul, team first.
So Tabitha Thurmond has 2 rebounds this game. She's 5'6". She's playing against the post at 6'1", but she's holding her own, just using great leverage, good positioning.
Perez triggers the inbounds to Langford. Langford's jumper off the mark. Rebound pulled in by Newsom. She's pushing quickly ahead. Got a 2-on-1 with Crystal Atwood and pulls it back out. Good smart play there as Smith was playing some solid defense. She was outnumbered 2-1. Three-pointer on the way from Jessica Hanna. Won't go. Long rebound comes off to Perez. Perez gets it ahead to Langford, and a great defensive play by Jessica Hanna, able to slap it off the knee of Mac Langford and out of bounds. TWU gets the ball back.
So Coach Jilson talked about her team needed to pick up the intensity and just want it more. Right there, Jessica Hanna goes the length of the court to block the shot and bounce it off the ball, or the leg of the Wildcats. That's wanting it.
Absolutely. And another great hustle play there, this time from the Wildcats, as Paige Parliament able to knock it off of Jessica Hanna out of bounds and get the ball back to the Wildcats. So again, 16-10 to play in the first half, and we are scoreless right now. And it's not even, usually in a scoreless game, it might not be exciting, but it's actually been pretty exciting so far.
Non-stop, up and down the court.
Yeah, just no shots have gone down. There is a jumper from the right wing for Hillary Adam that finally goes down, gives us the first 2 points of this game as Abilene Christian is on top of TWU 2-0 now, 15:48 to play in the first half. Thurmond sends it to the left wing to Atwood. Atwood out top to Hanna. Back to the right wing to Newsom. Newsom shifts it back to Smith. Smith, top of the key to Thurmond. Swings it left wing, Atwood. 3 on the way, off the back of the iron. Good tipped rebound and controlled by Jessica Hanna there. She finds Atwood cutting to the basket. Her shot won't go off the glass. Rebound pulled in by Adam. She gets it to Langford, who pushes it up the right side. And then the Wildcats settle things down for a minute now. Post feed into Paige Parliament. Turnaround jumper off the glass. Goes down. Wildcats up 4-0. 15 to go in the first half.
So Paige Parliament, 6'1" post from Brock, where you know she learned some strong fundamentals from Brock's Skip Townsend, who got his 900th victory yesterday.
Jessica Hanna in on the post, swings it out right side to Smith. Smith drives the lane, pull up, left hand jumper in the middle of the lane, goes down. Pioneers on the board.
Good to see Cammie Smith just taking it to the paint. Don't worry about those posts. Just a good hustle play there by Cammie Smith.
Langford finds a cutting Cecily Perez, who travels, and there's a timeout on the floor. We are going to take our first break of the afternoon here. 14:35 to play in the first half. Your score, Abilene Christian 4, TWU 2. We'll take a break and come right back.
You want me to do a score?
Tonight's webcast on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network is brought to you in part by the following corporate partners of TWU Athletics: Shut Sports, D&D Sports Medicine, Fast Signs of Denton, Holiday Inn and Suites, Outback Steakhouse, Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital, Denton, and TWU Credit Union. Welcome back to Kitty Magee Arena for NCAA Women's College Basketball here on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network. TWU Pioneers and the Abilene Christian Wildcats. Abilene Christian up 4-2 here early in this ball game. 14:30 to go in the first half. Pioneers with the ball. Ashton Waters checked in at that last timeout for the Pioneers. Crystal Atwood getting a rest now. Good ball movement here by the Pioneers. Thurman, top of the key to Hannah. Three-pointer goes down.
What a back screen by Jessica Hanna. And again, it's all about intensity and picking up the pace. Just a really strong screen right there.
And Mac Langford got, I think, maybe it was part of that screen because it looked like her neck. She's grabbing her neck.
She was. That was the one that received. She was on the receiving end of that screen, and somebody has to be, and it was her that time.
And she checks out of the ball game. Renata Marquez checks in. Meanwhile, Pioneers, 14 minutes to go, first half. Took the lead there on that three by Hannah, 5-4. Hillary Adam tries to drive, but pulls back out, gets it to Marquez. Marquez feeds it inside to Smith. Smith, baby hook, turnaround, won't go down. Rebound grabbed by Newsom. She gets it into the hands of Thurman. Pioneers head back the other way.
Before that three-pointer by Hannah, the Pioneers were shooting 1 for 8 from the field.
Hannah swings it right side to Smith. Smith drives the lane, kicks it to the baseline to Thurman. Her jumper goes down. Assist for Cammie Thurman. Basket for Tabitha Thurman. 7-4. Pioneers on top.
Sure looks like the Pioneers have tried to pick up the pace and move the ball quicker around the perimeter on offense.
Cecily Perez into the high post to Paige Parliament. Parliament back to Smith. Over to Marquez. Marquez down on the baseline to Perez. Pass tipped around now. Able to find it on the inside. Renata Marquez. Nice little turnaround. Well, pseudo turnaround. She kind of shot it backwards actually off the glass. Pulls ACU to within 1. Ashton Waters left side. Top of the key to Smith. Swings it all the way to the right to Newsom. Newsom to Hannah. Hannah's pass tipped. Going to go out of bounds off of Abilene Christian hand. Pioneers keep it.
Yeah, Coach Gilson at that timeout, you could tell that she was emphasizing ball movement and just quicker pace on offense. Really working hard on both ends of the court. The Pioneers are. And on that last two possessions, you could tell they're really trying to work the ball quicker around the perimeter.
Jackie Nickel and Crystal Atwood check into the ball game for the Pioneers out there with Newsom, Hannah, and Smith. Newsom, top of the key to Smith. She drives, kicks it left wing to Nickel. Her three-pointer beats the shot clock buzzer and gives TWU a 10-6 lead.
That's the way to do it right there.
Perez left side to Marquez. Gets it in to Kelsey Smith. Smith on a turnaround on the post up. They call a foul there on Jessica Hanna. And Smith's going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
So Jessica Hanna, again, giving up about 4 or 5 inches, almost half a foot to Smith, the post. But her strength is just impressive. She doesn't back down an inch.
First free throw on the way in. Good for Smith. By the way, today's officials, Vicky Seal, Chet Martin, and Rick Roop.
We've been watching in the early going to see about the intensity levels, and like we said in the pregame, led by Cammie Smith and Jessica Hanna so far. Jessica Hanna hit that three-pointer off a huge screen. Cammie Smith hustling up and down the court. That's what you want from senior leaders.
Absolutely. Kelsey Smith knocks down that second free throw. It's now 10-8, TWU on top. 12:09 to play, first half. Newsom pressured on the left wing, swings it all the way to the right side to Nickel. Nickel, right corner to Hannah. Hannah dribbles back out, tries to look for Atwood, can't find her. Instead finds Smith, who drives the lane. Right wing, 3 on the way. Jackie Nickel knocks it down. She is obviously feeling it right now. Back-to-back three-pointers for Jackie Nickel. Quickly ahead into the post-o. Paige Parliament's turnaround jumper won't go. Rebound pulled in by Hannah.
I don't think that ACU wants to get into a running game against TWU.
Cammie Smith got it to Atwood, who hit a cutting Hannah for a jumper, but it rattled around and popped out. Rebound pulled in by ACU. Renata Marquez gets it to Smith, who swings it back over to Adam. Adam inside into the post. Paige Parliament with a few moves there and makes a little baby hook. Nice move in the lane there to pull ACU back to within 13-10. Smith left side to Newsom. Back to the right to Nickel. Hannah on the baseline. Swings it to Newsom right underneath the basket. Newsom off the glass and in. Beautiful find by Jessica Hannah there to put the Pioneers up 5.
Yeah, Jessica Hannah, great court awareness and vision. Saw Newsom cut into the paint, hit her with a perfect pass.
Floater from Townsend won't go down, but the Wildcats, from Langford won't go down, but the Wildcats able to pull in the rebound. Now into the post, and Hannah's going to be called for, looks like her second foul here. She fouled Paige Parliament down in the post.
Yeah, Jessica Hannah got into some foul trouble in the first game of the season, and certainly if you're a Pioneer fan, you don't want to see that happening here. They need Hannah on the court.
Absolutely, and we have a timeout on the floor. 10:41 to go in the first half. TWU 15, ACU 10. We'll take a break and come right back.
Fast Signs of Denton is the official sign provider for your TWU Pioneers. Fast Signs will help you overcome all of your visual communication challenges. Their full-service sign and graphics center uses marketing and sign knowledge, state-of-the-art technology, project management, and innovative thinking to help you meet your business objectives. From vivid banners and graphic posters to outdoor building signs and car graphics, Fast Signs can help you craft the right message and place it in all the places it needs to be.
Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Denton is the official healthcare provider for TWU Athletics. Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Denton is a 255-bed hospital featuring more than 43 specialties, accompanied by a relationship-based care model, which places the patient and family at the center of the decision-making process. Healing hands, caring hearts. Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Denton.
Welcome back to Kitty Magee Arena. 10:41 to go in the first half. TWU on top of Abilene Christian 15-10 right now.
Yeah, we only had 6 points scored in the first 5 minutes, 15 seconds. It was 4-2 Abilene Christian, but in the next 3 minutes and 56 seconds, we had a veritable just explosion of offense as TWU scored the next 11 points to take a 15-10 lead and got things on track, now shooting 43% from the field where they were shooting 12.5. So a pretty productive 3 minutes and 56 seconds, I'd say, for the Pioneers.
Yeah, absolutely. A virtual plethora of points.
A plethora, a veritable plethora.
A cornucopia of scoring.
Oh, gosh, please let's don't do that again.
Apparently they called a shooting foul on that last play. That looked like it was on the floor to me, but I'm not an official. So it appears they've called a shooting foul, and that's going to send Paige Parliament to the line. Now, Coach Gilson's over there talking with one of the officials, and I'm, again, just guessing that that's what that
the officials are over there at the monitor looking at the review.
Oh, okay.
The replay of something. Can you do a replay of whether or not it's a shooting foul?
No, I don't think so. There's probably
so
maybe a time question over there, I guess. So, no, you know me and replay. You and I have had that conversation.
Yeah.
That my problem with replay is the timing, what it does to the pace of the game, which it's obviously doing right here and changing things up.
I like what you said earlier one time when we weren't on the air, of course. You said, what if you discover something else happened on the replay and you didn't call that? Right. Shouldn't you also go back and correct that?
That's what's bothersome. The most bothersome to me, right, is that it's selective in what it reviews. And I think the example I used was, if you, in basketball, what if you are reviewing something and you see a moving screen that wasn't called? Shouldn't you call the moving screen even though you're just looking at time?
I think if we're going to be fair,
yeah. But my point is, and it was called on the floor, so it's going to be out of bounds underneath the ACU basket. All inbounded, and nice defensive play there by Cammie Smith, able to knock it off of Renata Marquez, and Pioneers get the ball back. One of the officials came by and said, we got an extra media time out there.
It would be nice if we'd have known that. We would have done something with it.
Brittany Newsom, left wing, swings it all the way across to Tabitha Thurman. Thurman dribbles just inside the key. Off the back of the iron, won't go. Rebound pulled in by Sarah Reno, who checked in during that last dead ball. Left side, Adams swings it up top to Reno. Reno off Reno's hands and out of bounds on the baseline. Pioneers are going to get it back. 15-10 to play here in the first half. 10:09. Sorry, 15-10 is our score. 10:09 to play.
Pioneers Tabitha Thurman very active in the early going. 3 rebounds. It's the second pass she's tipped. so far today.
Newsom, top of the key to Atwood, swings it to Nickel. Nickel waits for Newsom to come back to the top off the screen. Sends it left side to Smith. Smith back to Thurman. Good ball movement, good patience here by the Pioneers, but it's down to 4-3 on the shot clock. Left-hand scoop shot. Tabitha Thurman goes down, 17-10 now. What a move by Thurman.
But active on the boards. That time took it to the basket. Tabitha Thurman is feeling it today.
Langford trying to find Marquez on the post. She does, and a nice finger roll there with the right hand from the left side by Marquez makes it 17-12. Pioneers still out on top. Cammie Smith was trying to send it to Atwood, and it ends up going out of bounds. Going to go back to the Wildcats.
Renata Marquez is averaging 14.5 points per game coming in, just getting untracked here. She's the sophomore from the beautiful city of Conroe, Texas.
Never been to Conroe.
You are missing out.
Mac Langford with the basketball now, brings it across, looks back to ACU head coach Shauna Lavender for the call. And I believe foul called against, pardon me, Cammie Smith, a holding call against Smith there. That's the fourth team foul against the Pioneers. No fouls called so far on Abilene Christian. Hillary Adam sends in, nice defensive effort there from Newsom. She couldn't quite control it, tipped it out of bounds. Going to remain with the Wildcats.
So Coach Gilson talked about, again, wanting to see her team respond with more intensity. Felt like they were outworked at Angelo State. I think you could say that here today. The Pioneers have been working exceptionally hard on both ends of the court. They've got some fouls to show for it, but those are hustle fouls.
Marquez into the post to Smith. Smith's turnaround won't go down. Crystal Atwood tried to draw the charge there, and no call on the contact, but Pioneers come up with the ball as it's tipped out of bounds by ACU.
Sometimes those fouls come because you're out of position, you're just trying to catch up, but that's not been the case here. It's just good, hard defense.
Taylor Swift checked into the ball game during that last dead ball. Swift, a 5'4" sophomore out of Claremore, Oklahoma. And turnover there by Cammie Smith trying to feed it back to Tabitha Thurman. Now Langford quickly the other way, feeds it to the right side to Adam. Adam up top to Smith. Smith lobs one in for Reno. Can't handle it. Tried to get it into the hands of Marquez, but stolen away by the Pioneers. Left side, three-pointer. Brittany Newsom knocks it down, 20-12 now. That forces ACU head coach Shauna Lavender to call a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it right here and kind of recap some of the first half so far as we have 8:03 to play. TWU on top, 20-12. And just to finish that thought that we talked about we were talking about replay, instant replay, is my wish is just get rid of it. I like the element of human error in sports, and I know that you could probably line up 100 people and 50 be on one side and 50 would be on the other. But I like the element of human error. I don't like that it ruins the pace, and I really don't like, as I said, that it's just selective, that you only do certain things. Anyway, I am off my soapbox.
You know what? I think you and I share that perspective. I mean, certainly you want to get the call right. There's that argument, but I just think the human element is a part of the game, whether it's basketball, football, whatever it is. Part of the game.
I think it's a fun and interesting part of the game, but that's just opinion.
I like it as long as it's going in my favor. So I'm going to go ahead and just say that.
7:55 to go, first half. ACU settling things down here a little. Well, I shouldn't say that, as Mac Langford takes a three-pointer almost from her hometown of Weatherford.
That was a long way away.
It was way off the mark, and the Pioneers get the ball right back. 20-12, TWU on top of ACU right now. Cammie Smith, out top to Atwood. Atwood finds a Brittany Newsom cutting to the basket. Newsom's layup off the glass and good. Beautiful teamwork here by TWU on 3 or 4 of these first half baskets. TWU now out to a 10-point lead. Strong drive to the basket by Marquez. Won't go down, a layup off the glass. Rebound pulled in by Cammie Smith. Smith pushes ahead. Looks to the right corner. Taylor Swift eyes it, flies it, drains it. Three-pointer. TWU 25-12 now. Big run by the Pioneers here.
Pioneers have been on fire from three-point range after the 4-minute mark of the first quarter, they have just been scorching hot, hitting 60% now from three-point range.
Darian Williams, who checked in during the last dead ball, tried to feed that in to Paige Parliament. Parliament tried to throw it off a Pioneer, but it came back inbounds to Taylor Swift. And ball comes all the way to the corner, but Tabitha Thurman called for a traveling violation. And we have a timeout on the floor. 6:44 to go. First half, TWU Pioneers 25, ACU Wildcats 12. We'll take a break and come right back.
The Forum at Denton Station provides premier student living at an affordable price. Located just 10 minutes from the TWU Denton campus, the Forum offers awesome amenities, including a resort-style pool, stand-up tanning beds, a half-court basketball gym, door-to-door TWU shuttle service, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a cyber cafe with Wi-Fi access and a coffee bar. The Forum at Denton Station. Make it happen.
Locally owned and operated, Little Guys Movers is a company that's built on sweat, stiff backs, and the simple philosophy of do the right thing by people and you will be rewarded. Little Guys Movers offers local, long-distance, residential, corporate, and commercial moving services. When you're ready to move, give Little Guys a call at 940-484-5467. Little Guys Movers, what moves you?
Welcome back to Kitty McGee Arena. 6:44 to play in the first half of this NCAA women's basketball game between the TWU Pioneers and the ACU Wildcats. Texas Woman's University on top, 25-12 here over Abilene Christian. TWU Pioneers coming in at 4-1 on the young season so far, and Abilene Christian coming in at 2-1. Back underway here, 6:40 to play now, as Cecily Perez brings the ball up, gives it to Reno. Reno swings it over to Darian Williams. Williams back up top to Langford. Drive to the hole. Darian Williams, very quick, strong drive to the hole there, and she is fouled by Tabitha Thurman and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Out on the floor right now for the Pioneers out of that media timeout, Cammie Smith, Taylor Swift, Brittany Newsom, Tabitha Thurman, and Crystal Atwood. First free throw on the way from Darian Williams off the back of the iron, and no good. 5 team fouls so far on TWU, and with 6:25 to play in the first half, so what's that, 13 minutes and 35 seconds into the first half, no fouls against Abilene Christian.
That doesn't seem fair to me.
I just find it interesting. Second free throw on the way from Williams goes down. It's now 25-13, TWU on top. Hannah checked into the ball game there between free throws. She's out there on the floor with Smith, Newsom, Atwood, and Swift. Right side, Taylor Swift finds a cutting Newsom to the basket. Beautiful teamwork again on that basket by the Pioneers. 27-13. Great pass from Taylor Swift and a good finish by Newsom.
Brittany Newsom with 7 points in the last 2.5 minutes.
Strong drive to the hole there by Cecily Perez, cut off by Crystal Atwood. Atwood now guarding Paige Parliament in the paint. Parliament's hook won't go down, but the rebound pulled in by the Wildcats. Long 3 on the way for Langford. It won't go. Rebound pulled in by Darian Williams, and she is fouled. I think they're going to call it in the act of shooting, yes, and she's going to go to the line for 2 more free throws. So Darian Williams providing a little bit of spark off the bench for the Wildcats.
Well, Mac Langford came into tonight's game averaging 25 points a game, shooting 40% from three-point range, but she will let it fly from almost off the mid-court line.
Absolutely. That was a long one for sure.
Second
from there.
one she took.
Tamina Jordan now checks in, a freshman out of Euless, Texas, giving Mac Langford a rest. And anytime you see Darian Williams, who's at the line right now, 5'5" freshman from the Colony. When you see 5'5", you know that they can handle the ball and that they're quick. And she is unbelievably quick to the basket. And as I said, has given them a spark as a freshman here off the bench with a couple of points as she makes that second free throw. 27-15 now, 5.5 to play, first half. Atwood, left side to Newsom. Newsom back up top to Smith. Smith to Hannah. Back up top, Newsom, three-pointer on the way, off the mark to the right side, but a good rebound pulled in by Atwood, and a nice ball fake, shot fake headed to the hole. Draws a foul on Sarah Reno. Atwood's going to shoot 2.
So the first personal foul called so far today against the Wildcats.
5:20 to go. So 14:40. Golly. I wish I would have gone to Baylor for my math instead of Ball State.
Well, it's not actually math, it's called keeping time. I'm not sure that's the same thing, but the big hand is on the 4, the little hand is on the 3.
Yeah, when it went digital, I just got lost. Atwood, both free throws rattled around and wouldn't go down. So 27-15 now. Pioneers still on top. Swing pass, skip pass all the way over to Cecily Perez, who knocks down a three-pointer. Makes it 27-18 now. TW on top. Ashton Waters checked into the ball game. And a hold is going to be called here against Darian Williams. That'll be her first foul, team's second foul. Pioneers will have the ball out under their own basket.
So the Wildcats put together a little 6-2 run here in the past minute and a half to close the gap. And the Pioneers had really done a nice job of picking up the pace and extended that 13-point lead, but now it's only 9.
Taylor Swift triggers the inbounds to Cammie Smith. Smith to Newsom up top. Sends it to Atwood, back to the right side to Swift. Swift finds Newsom cutting to the high post. Back to Swift. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. 15 seconds left for the Pioneers. Very patient. Offensively here, Smith drives to the hole. Three-pointer, left side, Atwood. Won't go. Rebound pulled down by Tamina Jordan. Jordan quickly ahead. Tried to get it to Cecily Perez, but Taylor Swift with a great defensive play there. Able to control it and get it into the hands of Cammie Smith. Cammie Smith finds Swift on the right side. Swift with a little fake there and was going to drive, got called for the travel.
Just trying to do a little bit too much there, Taylor Swift. She you could tell she was spotting up for her shot and just got a little out ahead of herself, maybe.
Exactly. And Taylor Swift I talked about the spark that Darian Williams has provided for the Wildcats. Same is true right here of Taylor Swift. And offensive foul called there against Kelsey Smith. Great work by Crystal Atwood to draw that charge and create the turnover against Smith as well.
So with Tiara Davis out today, she broke the team rule, so she's out today. Crystal Atwood has had to step up and really play some extensive minutes and has done a really nice job so far this game, both ends of the court.
Absolutely. Jessica Hanna checked in at that dead ball. She's out there with Smith, Atwood, Newsom, and Nickel, who's into the ball game now. Checked in for Taylor Swift. Hanna feeds Atwood. Atwood with a beautiful move and a left-hander that just rolled off the front of the rim and all the way to the hole, driving quickly. Darian Williams, her shot won't go, but Wildcats pull in the rebound. Then a shot off the glass won't go down for Paige Parliament, and a good rebound pulled in there by Crystal Atwood. Pioneers with the ball back, 3:25 to go, and a 9-point lead here at Kitty Magee Arena. Hanna down in the post, kicks it back up top. Good ball movement here again by the Pioneers. Right side to Newsom. Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nickel, left wing to Hanna. Hanna dribbles left, shot fake, up and under, jumper goes down. Nice move there by Jessica Hanna with the shot clock running down to get the lead back up to 11 for the Pioneers. Now quickly the ball into the post, and Paige Parliament with a really nice left-hand turnaround move there. Got some solid post moves that she's showing here today. 2:51 to go, first half, 29-20, Pioneers on top.
Yeah, Paige Parliament's impressive. The 6'1" freshman from Brock, as you said, really good post moves. Hey, this Darian Williams, number 21 for the Colony, or from the Colony, but plays for the Wildcats. There was another Williams from the Colony, Deron Williams, who's in the NBA right now. I'm wondering.
That's a question. You know, we found
out
before
a good
the
color
game.
guy would have probably figured that out before the game.
Well, tell the folks about Shelby Shipley that we haven't seen yet.
Shelby Shipley comes from the Shipley family out of Brownwood, and so those of us around high school football and college football know that Jackson and Jordan Shipley, Jackson now the leading receiver for the Texas Longhorns. And Jordan Shipley is playing for the, did we say the Patriots?
Bengals.
No, Bengals.
Bengals, yep.
And Bob Shipley, the coach, they're one of the winningest coaches in Texas high school football. So,
all right, well, maybe we'll find out at halftime if we have that connection, not just to the NFL, but to the NBA as well.
So,
Cammie Smith to Waters, over to Thurman. Thurman to Hannah, back up top right, and back up to the right side to Nickel. She finds Waters, top of the key, back to Nickel. Nickel to Thurman, shot clock down to 5. Hannah gets it to Thurman. Thurman trying to beat the shot clock, throws up a prayer that won't go, and shot clock violation there, so actually that'll be a team turnover, not a shot for Thurman. And 2:21 to go, timeout on the floor. First half here at Kitty Magee Arena. TWU up 29-20 over Abilene Christian. We'll take a break, come right back.
at First United Bank, we know you have a choice in determining where to do your banking and selecting the type of personal banking accounts that will help you best reach your financial goals. That's why we offer an array of options from which you may choose to make your money work harder and go farther for you. First United Bank, all that matters is the size of your dreams.
Shutt Sports is proud to support Texas Women's University Athletics and the Lone Star Conference. Shutt Sports offers the best in football, softball, and baseball helmets. Shutt Sports is also the official softball helmet of the Lone Star Conference. Find out more about Shutt Sports at shuttsports.com. That's SCHUTT sports.com.
Groggy Dog Sportswear is the official screen printer for TWU.
Welcome back to Kitty Magee Arena on the campus of Texas Women's University. TWU Pioneers up 29-20 over the Abilene Christian Wildcats in this NCAA women's basketball game here in the first half.
So TWU's done a nice job defensively on Mac Langford. We said earlier Mac Langford from Abilene Christian had been averaging 25 points a game, has none so far today.
It's pretty impressive. Very impressive, actually, defensively. Nickel, Smith, Thurman, Hannah, and Newsom on the floor as Tamina Jordan drives to the hole. Her layup won't go. Rebound fought for and pulled in by Darian Williams. And she gets it into the middle of the lane for a jumper by the Wildcats, which is off the mark and rebounded by TWU. It was quite the scrum there under the basket going on, and Williams kept her knees planted on the floor, got the ball, avoided the tie-up, and got a pass off.
And normally that expect that to be a tie-up, but Darian Williams, nice play.
Hannah, ball, top of the key, gets it to Thurman. Thurman, left side to Newsom. Newsom drives to the lane, baseline, shot blocked there. Three-pointer on the way to beat the shot clock buzzer again. Won't go for Thurman. Now the Wildcats push the ball the other way. Tamina Jordan quickly into the middle of the lane, nearly stripped by Smith, but she was able to get it back, and then she's fouled. Jordan, that is, in the act of shooting, and she's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Both Tamina Jordan and Darian Williams. Tamina's the 5-foot, just 5-foot freshman from Euless, really pushing the ball up the court and giving some problems right now to TWU.
Foul was on Jackie Nickel. That was her first foul, team's 7th foul, as Jordan knocks down the first free throw. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got Darian Williams, 5'5" freshman from the Colony, and Tamina Jordan, a 5-foot freshman from Euless. And you got to like what they're bringing to the table right now as freshmen. Not to mention Paige Parliament with some serious power in the post in there, also a freshman.
Well, we said earlier that we didn't think that ACU wanted to get into a running game with TWU, but with Williams and Jordan in there, I think they can run with anyone.
Hannah finds Newsom on the back cut, but her shot won't go down. The rebound pulled in by Smith. Smith
1 minute left in the first
got it to Jordan, who tried to feed the post, but it was stolen away by Hannah. We are now under a minute to play here in the first half. Hannah with the ball, sends it to Smith. And yeah, I think you're right. When those two are out of the game, then it's a little bit different dynamic for the Wildcats. But when they're in it, they can push the ball up the floor.
As quick as anyone, absolutely.
Hannah cutting to the basket. Beautiful finish there off the pass from Newsom. Puts the lead back into double digits again for the Pioneers at 31-21. 30 seconds to play, about a 5-second differential here between the shot clock and the game clock. Jordan drives all the way to the baseline, kicks it out left side three-pointer for Marquez that was Cecily Perez, won't go down. And rebound pulled in by the Pioneers. They're going to be able to play for the last shot here as the shot clock is off. 10 seconds to go. Hannah drives all the way to the hole, feeds it underneath for Tabitha Thurman. What a pass from Hannah. She drew the double team, dumped it off to Thurman, and finishes it off with a basket here for the Pioneers to end the first half as the Pioneers go up.
Should be
33-21, right?
Should be 33-21. The
Yeah,
scoreboard is not correct. Yeah.
All right, so 33-21, Pioneers on top to finish this first half. An exciting first half of action here and a solid first half for the TWU Pioneers. You're listening to TWU Basketball on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network, home of the Maroon and White. We will hear from head coach Lisa Bowerman about the TWU Gymnastics program and give you some first half stats when we return for the Point Bank halftime show. Point Bank, a better way to bank.
Groggy Dog Sportswear is the official screen printer for TWU Athletics. At Groggy Dog, our strength is in our people. We have a very dedicated, professional team that includes sales and customer service, graphic design, and production. Contact Groggy Dog today at 940-891-4022 and let them help you with your next apparel purchase for your school, sports team, or business.
At Texas Spine, Orthopedics, and Rehabilitation in Denton, the doctors and staff are committed to providing comprehensive quality diagnosis and treatment of all orthopedic conditions and spine care. Dr. Paul Watley and the rest of the team at Texas Spine, Orthopedics, and Rehabilitation also provide top-notch care for the TWU Pioneers. Texas Spine, Orthopedics, and Rehabilitation. They're members of Texas Health Physicians Group.
At Point Bank, we know our area, we know our people, and we have since 1884. Would you like a personal banking experience with the same security the big banks offer? The friendly and helpful people of Point Bank are from your own Denton community, which means that your needs are foremost. Because convenience is so important to you, Point Bank offers 9 locations, 24-hour express banking, and free online banking. Visit pointbank.com to find the location nearest you and come on by to let our friendly staff help you with your banking needs.
The Denton Record Chronicle is the place to get the latest TWU athletics news. Read our print edition or visit us at dentonrc.com. The Denton Record Chronicle also provides the best coverage of all the local high schools, as well as the Rangers, Stars, Cowboys, and Mavericks. That's the Denton Record Chronicle, your news source for Denton County.
Tonight's webcast on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network is brought to you in part by the following corporate partners of TWU Athletics: Shutt Sports, D&D Sports Medicine, Fast Signs of Denton, Holiday Inn and Suites, Outback Steakhouse, Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital, Denton, and DATQ Credit Union.
Welcome to the Point Bank halftime show here at Kitty Magee Arena. We are at halftime of our NCAA women's basketball game between the TWU Pioneers and the Abilene Christian Wildcats. TWU on top 33-21 at the half. Fans are enjoying an incredible jump rope show by a team here that's putting on their performance at halftime, and just awesome to watch. I've had a chance to watch them the last 3 or 4 years, and they do some unbelievable things these kids do with the jump ropes. Basketball is the name of the game here at Kitty Magee Arena today. But tomorrow, the TWU gymnastics team will take center stage as it hosts its annual holiday spectacular. For more on the event, we are joined by TWU Gymnastics head coach Lisa Bowerman. This interview with Coach Bowerman is brought to you by Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Welcome to your new addiction. Welcome, Lisa. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, I don't know how we were able to pull this interview off. I mean, you are, after all, the wife of Assistant Athletic Director Jeff Bowerman, and I don't know how we got you here, but it's amazing. So.
I don't know. You know, that guy, he runs a tough ship. He just tells me where to be.
Exactly. Well, this is your first year here at TWU as the head coach of the women's gymnastics program. Coach Frank Kudlak was obviously a legend here at TWU. What's the transition been like with you taking over the reins from Coach Kudlak after the end of last season?
You know, I think it's been a really great transition. Obviously, having a coach who's been here 33 years, I believe were a lot of questions and what was going to happen and how it was going to go. But since this is my 8th year with the team and I have worked with Coach Kudlak that entire time, and you know, I had a really great grasp on the program, on the history of the program, on the philosophies of the program, and you know, I obviously knew all the girls coming in and had recruited them, and so I think it's been a really smooth transition and one that everyone is doing really well with.
Terrific. Well, the Pioneer Gymnastics fans know you've got several strong returners, such as Rashonda Canny, Kristen Edwards, Marcella Fallon, and Bethany Larimer, and you talked about knowing some of the girls. Tell us a little bit about some of the new faces on your team and what kind of impact you're counting on them making this season.
Well, we have a great freshman class, and they've already made an impact, even though we're not competing yet. Their work ethic, the fitness level that they came in with, and just the things that they're doing in the gym are outstanding. Stephanie Rep is one. She's from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and she really has potential to be an all-arounder for us, and that's very exciting. She's a very clean gymnast, and you know, we're looking for great things out of her on all 4 events. Spencer Jones from right here in Denton, Texas. She as well is a very strong gymnast. Beam and floor, I think, will be her standout events, but again, potential to be our highest scorer on both of those events. And Kayla Jones from North Carolina, she is an exciting gymnast to watch. She's got huge gymnastics, big vault, and some big, exciting tumbling on floor. So I'm definitely looking to all 3 of those girls to make big contributions for us.
Well, fantastic. Tell us a little bit about your fall practices, how they've prepared you for the upcoming season.
You know, they've been going great. The energy in the gym is great, and the girls are just working hard, and that is the most important thing that, you know, we need from them is they came in really fit, and our conditioning has been great. They look strong, and they come in and they work hard every day, and on top of that, you know, our team chemistry is great, and again, without that, you know, you really can't create a championship team, and I think we've got all the factors we need.
Fantastic. And I know your team reports back to campus right after Christmas for the intensive preseason practices. What's your focus going to be during that stretch?
You know, during that time, our focus really will be fine-tuning the things that we've been doing. And, you know, we've been trying to tell them that the fall is the time to get our numbers in, get our skills down, get our routines down. So when we come back, we just pick it up from there, we perfect, and we get ready to compete.
Well, you and I talked a little bit while we were waiting on the break and said there's no defense in gymnastics. We were talking about good defense being played by the Pioneers in the first half, but when you pulled out the word fine-tuning, you know, I'm a basketball, football, baseball kind of guy. The fine-tuning and the fine points are extremely important in gymnastics.
Yes, they are really the one factor that separates the #1 team in the country from the 40th team in the country. For the most part, we're doing the exact same skills as Oklahoma and University of Arizona, a couple of the teams that are coming here. And the difference really is in the straight knees and pointed toes and stuck landings. And those are the things that we're really working on this year and really hoping to improve on to put us into that top 36 and get to regionals, which is our ultimate goal.
Well, speaking of some of the teams that are coming in, I know the schedule's packed with some good teams coming to town. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect there.
A lot of excitement. Starting off the year, our first home meet will be against U.S. Air Force, who finished finished just behind us in 3rd place at the national championship last year, so we expect them ready to come here and put on a good showing. And then, of course, having University of Oklahoma here is always exciting. And we've got University of Arizona, who was a top 20 team last year. Iowa also top 15 last year. And, you know, it's just great. We've got really high-profile teams and teams that I think our crowd will enjoy watching and teams that we'll compete really well with. So.
Good, solid schedule there for Pioneer fans. And finally, tomorrow is your annual Holiday Spectacular. And what's that event all about, and why should people come out?
Well, it's really, you know, about just getting a chance to see our team for the first time. You know, our girls are excited to have others watch them besides themselves and to get out here in the competition gym and to have some judges and an audience. But for our community, it's a great opportunity to kind of kick off the holiday season. The gym will be decorated in a holiday theme. We've got the UNT Glee Club coming out to perform, and milk and cookies and free admissions. And, of course, Santa Claus will be here to take pictures with all the kids. So, you know, it's just a great event for everybody. Our team, it's a great experience for them to get out here and get ready for season, and for the community to just really enjoy the holidays together and come out and enjoy a free afternoon of gymnastics.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. Again, that's tomorrow, 2 o'clock, right here at Kitty Magee Arena in Pioneer Hall. Free admission, free TWU gymnastics, Holiday Spectacular T-shirts to the first 150 fans, holiday cookies and drinks, pictures with Santa, holiday entertainment, and they're also accepting canned food donations for the TWU food pantry. I talked with Andy Smith earlier, in parentheses, holiday cookies and drinks while supplies last. I told the fans, the listeners, that Andy and I would not get in line first to make sure those supplies are not gone. So
okay, we appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate your time stopping by with us, and best of luck this season.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks a lot. That was TWU head gymnastics coach Lisa Bowerman. We appreciate her time here at halftime. We're going to take a break here with about 3.5 minutes to go in the half, with TWU up over on top of the ACU Wildcats 33-21. We'll take a break and come right back.
Alpha Graphics is the official printing company for TWU Athletics. Whether you need printing or mailing services or a complete set of marketing solutions, Alpha Graphics is the right team for you. Get more information at alphagraphics.com or call 940-891-1200. When you choose Alpha Graphics, you choose results.
You may think all investment firms are the same. However, Edward Jones has made a conscious decision to serve you, the individual investor, differently. It's more than lip service. See for yourself how this approach can help make a difference for you and your family. Call Edward Jones of Denton at 940-565-0100 and start making sense of your investing.
McDonald's is proud to support the Texas Women's University Pioneers. With 5 Denton locations, there's a McDonald's near you. All Denton area McDonald's are owned and operated by Phillips Brothers Restaurants.
D&D Sports Medicine offers the most experienced outpatient rehabilitation clinics in Denton, Sanger, Aubrey, and Little Elm. D&D takes pride in being a dedicated and distinguished healthcare provider. D&D Sports Med firmly embraces the philosophy of exceptional orthopedic and sports medicine knowledge, professional service, and operational excellence needed to consistently provide the highest value to the patients we serve. D&D Sports Medicine will help you get back in the game.
This is Brittany Newsom, and you're listening to the home of TWU Basketball, the Pioneer Broadcasting Network.
Well, welcome back to the Point Bank Halftime Show. I'm Andy Smith, joined by Steve Sheridan. The intermission winding down. We'll look at the second half. Let's give you a couple of stats real quick from the first half, with TWU leading ACU 33-21. TWU shooting 48% from the field, 45.5% from three-point range. Had been actually at 50%, but missed the shot right there at the end. The leading scorer so far today, Brittany Newsom, hitting 4 for 7 from the field, 1 for 3 from three-point line, and she's got 9 points to lead all scorers and to lead the TWU team. On the other side, the interesting stat is Mac Langford, the Abilene Christian scoring phenom, had been averaging 25 points a game coming into today's game, but right now has been held scoreless on 0 for 7 shooting from the field. So that's a pretty interesting stat. So the foul situation for TWU, 2 fouls apiece for Cammie Smith and Jessica Hanna. So check that, actually Jessica Hanna has 2 fouls, Cammie Smith has 1, and Tabitha Thurman with 2. Tabitha Thurman really leading on the boards. She's got 4 rebounds for the Pioneers, but has altered many shots, so she's had a really strong first half. I think the keys for the second half for TWU would be to continue to push the pace on offense. They're able to get some shots and work the ball down into the paint and then kick it back out for the open 3, and they've done that with good ball movement and back screens, and so really that's the key. Just keep that up, because they had started out a little sluggish but went on a run, a 29 to 17 run to finish the first half, and that got them to this lead here in the second half. And so far this season, TWU has been a better second half team than they have been a first half team. And if that's the case, this should be a runaway in the second half.
Yeah, let's hope so. So 33-21, and I think these first 3 or 4 minutes we'll see what kind of adjustments Abilene Christian has made, and primarily how maybe they're going to get some more points on the board. As you mentioned, holding Mac Langford scoreless. She was coming in averaging nearly 26 points a game, so great defense by the Pioneers. I would think there have to be some adjustment there. We are underway. Action here in the second half. 33-21, Pioneers on top. Newsom, Atwood, Hanna, Smith, and Thurman on the floor. Hanna drives the lane. Good, strong layup off the glass there to put the Pioneers up 14 early here in the second half.
Just senior leadership, Jessica Hanna. She's going to get to the paint. More often than not, that bucket goes down.
Hillary Adam, good defense there from Tabitha Thurman. But Adam able to get the entry pass in, floated over the top to Kelsey Smith, who's fouled on her way to the basket. She's going to shoot 2 free throws.
So Coach Beth Gilson, that's a foul. And obviously you don't ever want a foul, but that's a good hustle foul, because Brittany Newsom, nice help defense to prevent the easy layup. Make them earn it from the line rather than the easy layup.
And that was Newsom's first foul, as Smith knocks down the free throw. She's a junior out of Capel, Texas, 6'2" center. You've talked earlier. She and Paige Parliament, a 6'1" freshman center, provide some imposing bodies there for the Abilene Christian Wildcats. Second free throw goes down, 35-23 now. TWU on top. Cammie Smith, right side, hands off to Hanna. Hanna swings it to Newsom. Back to Atwood. Left side jumper won't go, but rebound on the backside. Weak side rebound pulled in by Jessica Hanna. She gives a point and a smile to Atwood as the Pioneers go back up 14.
You could call it a rebound. I call it an assist.
And a good, strong post move there from Kelsey Smith. And she is fouled in the act of shooting. Shot goes down, makes it 37-25. And that is a foul on Crystal Atwood, her first. And I may have to ask Coach Gilson about that after the game, because this summer my daughter's select team ran this play they called Thumbs Up, and it looked like someone was shooting a three-pointer, and they were actually making that big lob skip pass, and so everybody would say, "Oh, it's an air ball. Oh, nice rebound." But maybe I missed the mark there. Free throw went down for Smith, and it's now 37-26 TWU. Cammie Smith finds Atwood inside, and she can't find a handle, and it goes out of bounds. Going to go back to Abilene Christian with 18:39 to play in the second half.
You saw Abilene Christian try to go to a little half-court trap there, and Brittany Newsom got rid of the ball quickly. Pioneers might have had an easy bucket, but good recovery by ACU.
Perez sends it over to Parliament. Back to Adam, to Parliament, inside to Smith. Smith, turnaround jumper, goes down over Atwood, makes it 37-28. Wildcats able to cut it back to single digits here early in the second half. Smith feeds it in to Atwood. Atwood, post move, she's stuffed by Kelsey Smith. Kelsey Smith coming out here with a purpose in the first 2 minutes of this second half.
I don't know what Kelsey Smith had at halftime, but whatever it is, we got to bottle it up, because she's come out just with a vengeance here in the second half.
And give it to the TWU players. Thurman looked for back cuts, couldn't find it for Newsom, hands it off to Smith. Smith, top of the key, Newsom three-pointer, just off the back of the iron. Strong rebound, pulled in by Thurman, and a kick ball going to go against the Wildcats, so TWU is going to keep it and take it out on the baseline.
Tabitha Thurman really doing well, good on the boards. That's her 6th rebound. She just has a nose for the ball, and she goes and gets it.
Newsom, long inbound pass to Hannah. Hannah up top. Sends it over to Smith. Oh, Smith's pass stolen away there by Kelsey Smith. Again, Kelsey Smith come out with a vengeance here. Now Mac Langford drives strong to the hole. Her shot won't go, but the rebound pulled up by Paige Parliament. And Parliament lays it in off the glass and causes head coach Beth Gilson to call timeout. That is the first coach's timeout, which turns into a media timeout here on NCAA for NCAA games. So we are going to take a break. 17:35 to play. Second half, TWU 37, ACU 30. We'll take a break. Come right back.
Jupiter House is Denton's locally owned and locally operated coffee shop. With 2 locations to serve you, on the Courthouse Square or University Drive, Jupiter House is the perfect place to start your day. Grab your favorite coffee drink, pastry, or empanada, and get ready to take on the world. Jupiter House, proud corporate partners of TWU Athletics.
James Wood Auto Park is a proud sponsor of the TWU Pioneers. With dealership locations in both Denton and Decatur, James Wood is the place to go for your next automobile purchase. James Wood's extensive inventory includes new cars, pre-owned cars, and commercial trucks. James Wood Auto Park, big savings, big selection, and a big difference.
Welcome back to Kitty McGee Arena here on the campus of Texas Women's University. 17:35 to go in the second half. 37-30, TWU on top.
Yeah, nice run there by Abilene Christian. They went on a 9-4 run, really pushing the ball inside to Kelsey Smith to begin the second half, trying to claw their way back into this game, and they've closed the gap to 7 really just by pushing it inside to Kelsey Smith. Kelsey Smith seems to be the difference so far here in the second half.
Without a doubt. No question about that one. She is, like you said, maybe a candy bar or something at halftime, but she's come out and very, very impressive.
For Pioneer fans, I hope it wears off.
Just again, Hannah drives to the right side of the lane, kicks it back out to Atwood. Now to Thurman up top, back to Hannah. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Left side, Newsom fakes the drive, pulls it back out. 3-pointer. Nope, good fake shot fake by Hannah. Top of the key. Little floater in the lane. Hits the rim, off the glass, and drops. Nice play there by Hannah, and a much-needed basket for the TWU Pioneers.
Hannah's done that all day today. Every time the Pioneers needed a bucket, they've gone to her, and she's delivered.
Cecily Perez jumper won't go down. Rebound pulled in by Hannah. Hannah driving all the way up the floor now with Atwood. Finds a cutting Tabitha Thurman to the basket. And Pioneers come out of the timeout, score 4 straight points. Hillary Adams sends it inside to Paige Parliament. Parliament's turnaround hook shot goes down. And very strong post moves we've mentioned. Big skill set for that freshman out of Brock, Texas. And Paige Parliament at 6'1", going up against 5'9" Jessica Hannah. And with that hook shot, very difficult to defend.
Absolutely, especially giving up that size differential, as you said, about half a foot. Hannah's strong. She can play good post, but you really can't make up for that half foot.
Brittany Newsom, top of the key, sends it to Atwood. Left side to Smith. Now we're down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. Jumper from the right elbow. Newsom. Pioneers got a break there as Newsom was fouled in the act of shooting by the Wildcats, and that's going to send Newsom to the line for 2 free throws.
A bit of a late call by that official, and I thought Coach Gilson was going to go make the call herself. She jumped off the bench, and I think she was about to grab the whistle.
That foul.
I'm kidding, by the way. Most people probably hope they know that. I'm kidding.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Hopefully by now. Maybe it's.
They will.
Do we need to preface everything we say with sarcasm sometimes?
Well, not always, but sure.
Somebody said the other day they need a font for sarcasm for like text and stuff. That's pretty funny. Newsom knocks down both free throws, 43-32 now. That foul was against Kelsey Smith, her second foul and Abilene Christian's first team foul of the second half. Right side to Langford. Langford's pass nearly stolen away there, but picked up by Kelsey Smith, and then a foul, holding foul called against Crystal Atwood. We have a timeout on the floor. 15:48 to go in the second half. TWU Pioneers 43, Abilene Christian Wildcats 32. We'll take a break. Come right back.
Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Denton is the official healthcare provider for TWU Athletics. Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Denton is a 255-bed hospital featuring more than 43 specialties, accompanied by a relationship-based care model, which places the patient and family at the center of the decision-making process. Healing hands, caring hearts. Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Denton.
Locally owned and operated, Little Guys Movers is a company that's built on sweat, stiff backs, and the simple philosophy of do the right thing by people and you will be rewarded. Little Guys Movers offers local, long-distance, residential, corporate, and commercial moving services. When you're ready to move, give Little Guys a call at 940-484-5467. Little Guys Movers, what moves you?
Welcome back to Kitty Magee Arena, 43-32. The TWU Pioneers out in front of the Abilene Christian Wildcats with 15:48 to play in the second half. Got some stats for us, Andy?
Kelsey Smith, we keep talking about the post from Abilene Christian. She's got 7 points in the second half so far to lead the scores for Abilene Christian. They're now shooting, in this half, shooting 75% from the field just in this half.
Inbound pass to Langford. She sends it back to the right corner to Cecily Perez, who's able to knock down a three-pointer and pull the Wildcats back to within 8 now. Closest it's been in quite a while. 15.5 to play in the second half here. Tammy Smith sends it left side to Newsom. Newsom drives baseline, tries to flip it up, but it goes off the bottom of the backboard. Rebound pulled in by Smith. She gets it to Langford, who drives all the way down middle of the lane. Double clutch floater off the glass, and you see right there why she came in, averaging 25.7 points per game, as she cuts it to 6. That is the TWU lead, that is. She cuts to 6.
First 2 points of the game for Langford. If you told Coach Gilson that would happen. Oh.
Three-pointer went down for Jessica Hanna, but an offensive foul was called first against, I believe it's Crystal Atwood. Yes, that's her second foul. Team's 4th foul of the second half. Big basket erased there because of what I'm assuming was a moving screen.
So Langford, as we talked about, just scored her first 2 points of the game. She took that really hard screen earlier in the game from Jessica Hanna. You wonder how much that just kind of shook her up a little bit. So she's shaking that off and trying to get back in this game.
Perez drives to the hole, kicks it back out for Marquez. Marquez 3 on the way, won't go, but rebound pulled in by Hillary Adam. Adam back up strong with the putback. It goes in, and she is fouled by Tabitha Thurmond. That is Thurmond's 3rd foul. And Hillary Adams going to have a chance to go to the line, complete a 3-point play, and make this a 1-possession game. Free throw goes down, and it is now 43-40. TWU still on top of Abilene Christian, but the Wildcats with a strong performance here early in the second half. Coach Beth Gilson with a timeout there. 14:42 to go. 43-40. Abilene Christian trails by 3, but again, a strong showing here early in the second half.
You know, you talk about the importance of momentum in sports. You can't really overstate it. All the momentum right now with the Wildcats, they've created it, pushing the ball inside. Langford had that nice drive, and they put the ball up, they hit a 3, and they've whittled away, chipped away at the lead, now down to 3. So it's time for some fortitude and some perseverance to dig deep. I'd look for Coach Gilson to lean on her senior leaders. We keep saying how important that is, but it's true. With Tammy Smith and Jessica Hanna, they can take control of this game and get it back, get the momentum back on the TWU side.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, you know, we were kind of hoping that second half performance that we'd seen the first 3 games, you know, we were hoping for a runaway, but Abilene Christian says not so fast. And as I mentioned, this is a young team, and boy, that future looks very bright for them right now. So this probably isn't going to be the only great game that we'll play with Abilene Christian over the next few years. Baseline jumper, Tabitha Thurmond won't go, but she gets her own rebound, sends it to Smith. Smith back to Hanna. Hanna, oh, they're going to give her the basket. She drove the lane, went up for the shot, and they counted the basket. And Coach Lavender of ACU is not real happy about that one. Basket was good. Hannah's going to go to the line and try to complete the three-point play. And that foul was called on Renata Marquez, her first foul.
Once again, Hannah delivers when the Pioneers need her to. You had the feeling, I said it, you just had the feeling they were going to go to Hannah or Smith and make a play, and that's exactly what happened.
Absolutely, and she knocks down the free throw, so it's now back to 46-40. And Mac Langford with a nice drive and a solid shot goes in off the backboard. 46-42. Coach Lavender still over there talking about that continuation play. And I really can't say as I blame her. It seemed like I kind of hesitated, and it was a long pause there. And a nice assist there from Cammie Smith as Hannah hits the jumper from just outside the right elbow. Pioneers back up by 6. Shot goes up, rebounded by Hillary Adam. Now fight on the floor for the ball. Gets into the hands of Cecily Perez. Her shot won't go, and a good rebound. Tabitha Thurman been a beast on the boards here today, just doing a fantastic job rebounding. She's got the ball now, kicks it back out to Taylor Swift, who checked in during that last dead ball. So it's Thurman, Smith, Hannah, Swift, and Ashton Waters on the floor. Three-pointer on the way for Cammie Smith. Won't go down, but Jessica Hannah able to pull in the offensive rebound. Fresh shot clock for the Pioneers. And nearly stolen away there by Marquez, but able to control it. Hannah, right side, wing, three-pointer goes down for Taylor Swift. Big basket for the Pioneers, and that basket forces ACU head coach Shauna Lavender to call timeout. 13:07 to play now. While TWU got this lead back up to 9 points at 51-42.
So Coach Gilson had called the timeout. It was 43-40, and since that timeout, the Pioneers gone on an 8-2 run led by Jessica Hannah, who now has 18 points for the game. She's 10 points shy of becoming the third leading scorer in TWU history in career scoring. If she can get to 28 and get to 29, she'll be in that spot securely. So we'll check that here as we go in the last 13 minutes. But again, Jessica Hannah, even on that loose ball, that was that didn't show up in the stats so much, but that was a breakaway for the Wildcats, and Jessica Hannah able to track that ball down, and as a result, broke down the defense, kicked it out. Taylor Swift hits the three, and all the momentum now back with the Pioneers.
Yeah, big three there by Taylor Swift, and you mentioned her trying to move up to third on the list. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast, for those that weren't with us, Peggy Allen, the all-time scoring leader here at TWU, Tammy Jolch, second. Both those women in the TWU Athletic Hall of Fame. Shot off the mark for Abilene Christian, and the potential Hall of Famer, Jessica Hannah, gets the rebound, comes down, jumpers just short. Great sportsmanship by Taylor Swift there. And offensive foul called against Mac Langford, and the ball's going to go back over to the Pioneers. Taylor Swift was, and it's funny because Taylor Swift is just so nice, and she was helping up a player at the baseline, and I kind of could see Coach Gilson point like, go up the floor. You'd be nice later, you know. It was really funny, but that shows you the sincerity of someone as nice as a Taylor Swift. Thurman with the ball now sends it over to Ashton Waters. Waters double team, ball stolen away by Adam. Adam gets it all the way out in front to Perez. Perez, nice shot fake, gets Thurman to go by her and then lays it in off the glass to make it 51-44 now, TWU on top.
Here we go again, back to momentum kind of swinging back the other way a little bit towards the Wildcats. They go to the half-court trap.
Left wing, three-pointer, Ashton Waters. And they called it a two-pointer. Thank you, Andy. And she knocks it down. Another big bucket for the Pioneers there. 53-44 now. TWU on top. Under 12 minutes to play here in the second half. Perez gets it to Langford on the baseline. Her shot won't go. Picked up, loose ball. Rebound picked up there by Thurman. Thurman drives the lane, gets it to Smith on the drive to the hole. She can't make the layup, and the rebound pulled in by Hillary Adam, but her long pass stolen away by Jessica Hannah. Hannah pushing the ball all the way up the floor, kicks it back out to Thurman. She drives the lane, gets it to Hannah. Baseline jumper goes. Soft touch there as she knocks it down, makes it 55-44 now. Back to double-digit lead for the TWU Pioneers with 11:07 to play here in the second half.
7 points in since the last time out by Jessica Hanna.
Kelsey Smith in the lane, and beautiful defensive play there by Hanna to steal it away. Pioneers now with a 3-on-1 break. Smith feeds Hanna, but a great defensive play there from Cecily Perez as back the other way on the fast break. Able to finish is Mac Langford and pull it to within 55-46, and a timeout on the floor.
Taylor Swift had gotten tied up under the basket and came up gimpy. She's okay. But, that led to the fast break going the other way. So let's talk about Jessica Hanna. Really.
Well, we got a media timeout, so I got to go get a couple of ads and we'll come right back. 10:43 to go, 55-46. TWU on top. We'll take a break and come right back.
Dr. Michael Avenshire is one of the team doctors for your TWU Pioneers. Specializing in family and sports medicine, Dr. Avenshire enjoys taking care of the whole family, but there is just nothing more fun than being out on the field or in the gym taking care of athletes. Dr. Avenshire is located at the Medical Center of North Texas on Highway 380 and Crossroads. Give him a call, 940-365-9389.
Groggy Dog Sportswear is the official screen printer for TWU Athletics. At Groggy Dog, our strength is in our people. We have a very dedicated, professional team that includes sales and customer service, graphic design, and production. Contact Groggy Dog today at 940-891-4022 and let them help you with your next apparel purchase for your school, sports team, or business.
Welcome back to Kitty McGee Arena. 10:43 to play in the second half. 55-46. TWU on top of Abilene Christian. Right now here, NCAA women's basketball on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network. It'll be TWU ball coming out of the timeout.
Jessica Hanna with 20 points and 9 rebounds, so 1 rebound shy of a double-double for Jessica Hanna.
Well, and there's absolutely no question who the leaders are on this team. We've talked about it all night. We saw it in the first 3 home games, and seeing it again here in this 4th home game. Jessica Hanna and Cammie Smith, the only two, but there is another senior, Janae Thompson, who's been injured all season, so they're the only 2 seniors so far to play for the Pioneers, both doing an outstanding job with leadership. Crystal Atwood drive to the basket, left hand won't go, but a rebound pulled up by Newsom, but did not hit the rim, so the shot clock did not reset. It's now down to 5 seconds. Nickel underneath from Thurman, and a great move by Jackie Nickel underneath there to draw the foul. Didn't make the shot. She's going to have 2 free throws.
Absolutely. She established good position under the basket, used the body to draw the foul. And again, the Pioneers had allowed that lead to whittle down to 3, but give Jessica Hanna and team credit for hanging in there and not getting rattled. Looked like there was a chance to lose your confidence, and you let a young team gain confidence, and you could really be in trouble. But that didn't happen because of Jessica Hanna.
Nickel, a 5'7" freshman from Melissa, Texas, knocks down both free throws, which makes her 8 for 8 on the season. That is, even with Ball State math, that's 100%, Andy.
Yes, it is.
From the line.
So
I
can confirm that.
Perfect from the line. Her career, she's a freshman, so career perfect from the line.
Never missed a free throw in college.
And we talked earlier about the spark that Tamina Jordan and Darian Williams provided for ACU, and they are back in the ballgame now for them. And Sadie Dickinson, another freshman, she's from Graham, Texas, seeing her first action of the day here as well. And ball stolen away by Renata Marquez. She drives down the lane, and a great defensive play by Crystal Atwood. Just stepped on the inline. She saved it into Tabitha Thurman, but foot was on the inline, and so Abilene Christian will keep the basketball.
So Mac Langford, we talked about her earlier, is averaging 25 points a game for the Wildcats. She's on the bench right now. Sort of an interesting decision when right now the Wildcats need the points more than anything else.
Jumper in the lane for Paige Parlin won't go down, but she gets her own rebound. Turnaround does go down, and interestingly enough, right now on the floor, there are 4 freshmen for the Abilene Christian Wildcats out there, along with Cecily Perez. Is that? I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Renata Marquez, a sophomore. So 4 freshmen and a sophomore on the floor now for Abilene Christian. Waters, Newsom, Hanna, Atwood, and Nickel in the game for the Pioneers. Nickel fed Atwood. Her shot wouldn't go. She got her own rebound, fed Newsom, and then Newsom's shot wouldn't go down. And a fast break the other way, and this ball certainly should stay with Abilene Christian. Yes, it was tipped out of bounds by the Pioneers. 8:53 to go, second half, 57-48. TWU on top as Cammie Smith and Tabitha Thurman check back in for Ashton Waters and Crystal Atwood.
So you wonder about the impact of having 4 freshmen. This is only the 4th game of the season for the Wildcats, so these freshmen haven't played together very much, nor have they played much college basketball. See how they handle it here in the last 8:51.
Inside, Paige Parliament handles it just fine with a
Pretty good,
turnaround, turnaround hook shot off the feed from Renata Marquez. 57-50 now. TWU, as you mentioned, that lead that was 12 points at the half got cut to 3, but TWU able to stretch it back out, but now ACU threatening to come back again, trailing only 7 with 8:28 to play. Nickel, ball up top to Newsom. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Newsom drives hard, and ball tipped out of bounds by Paige Parliament. TWU will have it under their own basket with 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
Paige Parliament in double figures now. She's joined by Kelsey Smith, both posts. Paige got 10 points, Kelsey Smith has got 11.
Nickel triggers the inbounds to Hannah. Hannah can't find the handle there, and loose ball picked up by Renata Marquez. And now into the hands of freshman Tamina Jordan out of Euless, Texas. She sends it over to Williams. Williams drives, flips it up, won't go down, but a rebound pulled in by Marquez. Her shot won't go. Another rebound pulled in there, and a shot by Marquez won't go, but this time she's fouled, and she's going to go to the line and shoot 2. Foul there on Brittany Newsom, her second foul, team's 6th foul. So ACU going to be in the bonus the rest of the way as well, as we have exactly 8 minutes left here in the second half.
So the downside of the freshmen is obviously the lack of experience, but the upside is the boost of energy. And you can tell they're starting to really run, and the TWU Pioneers starting to kind of grab their shorts a little bit, thinking, wish we could slow this pace down just a little bit.
Marquez's first free throw goes down. Second free throw on the way, and good. It is now 57-52. TWU on top as Marquez checks out of the game in favor of Kelsey Smith. Cammie Smith bringing the ball up the floor for the Pioneers, who lead by 5 with just under 8 minutes to go here in the second half. Jessica Hannah drives the lane, spin, reverse spin, turnaround jumper, soft touch, and it goes down. And time again, Jessica Hannah showing the leadership for TWU. Left corner, Sadie Dickinson. Long three-pointer won't go. Ball's tied up. Possession arrow favors ACU, and they will have it out of bounds under their own basket when we come back from this timeout. 7:38 to go. Second half, TWU 59, ACU 52. We'll take a break. Come right back.
Find out how easy it is to join TWU. TWU is the full-service bank for all your banking needs. Come visit one of our 3 Denton locations or log on to TWU.org and learn why TWU is the right bank for you. TWU, the new place to bank.
Fast Signs of Denton is the official sign provider for your TWU Pioneers. Fast Signs will help you overcome all of your visual communication challenges. Their full-service sign and graphics center uses marketing and sign knowledge, state-of-the-art technology, project management, and innovative thinking to help you meet your business objectives. From vivid banners and graphic posters to outdoor building signs and car graphics, Fast Signs can help you craft the right message and place it in all the places it needs to be.
This is Jessica Hannah, and you're listening to the home of TWU Basketball, the Pioneer Broadcasting Network.
Welcome back to Kitty McGee Arena, 7:38 to play here in the second half. And that voice you heard of Jessica Hannah doing an outstanding job for the Pioneers right now. 22 points, 4 assists, 3 steals, 9 rebounds. And she has kept the Pioneers, not in this game, but basically held on to that lead with her leadership so far here in this second half, as ACU chomping at the heels, but not quite able to catch up yet to the Pioneers.
Jessica Hannah has 15 second half points, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a moment.
Kelsey Smith, turnaround, bounces twice off the front of the rim and drops. 59-54 now.
Jessica
TWU
Hanna
on
with
top.
the points, leading scorer for both teams, but also was watching her during the last trip up the court, really doing a lot of coaching on the court, getting girls in the right position. She promptly then took that down and scored a bucket.
Newsom, right wing, dribbles to the top, pull-up jumper. It's blocked by Sadie Dickinson, and Dickinson also gets credit for the defensive rebound and then draws a foul on Tabitha Thurman, and that is her 4th foul. Team foul number 7, I mentioned earlier, Abilene Christian in the bonus the rest of the way, so they're going to have 1 and 1 here, and they'll be shooting on every foul now for the last 7:07.
Sadie Dickinson from Graham, Texas. A lot of girls on the Abilene Christian roster from those West Texas powerhouses like Wall and Graham.
First free throw goes down for Dickinson. As a team, Wildcats came in 83 of 107 from the free throw line, 78%. So certainly that bonus down the stretch with 7 minutes left could play a big factor when you got a team. 78% is not great, but it's solid.
Sadie Dickinson has never missed a free throw in college either, by the way.
So she's 2 for 2. We have
4 for 4 now.
4 for 4. She was 2 for 2 coming in. Wow. So we need to. That's got to be.
I mean,
we got to get that out somewhere.
When is the last time you've had 2 players on the court that have never missed a free throw in their entire college career?
Exactly. She made the second free throw, obviously. 59-56. Now TWU on top, and this time a little too aggressive is Tamina Jordan, and she fouls Cammie Smith. That is the 5th team foul against Abilene Christian, so still a couple for the Pioneers to get into the bonus here. Smith, Nickel, Atwood, Hanna, and Newsom on the floor for the Pioneers. Nickel with the ball up top. And I think they're going to get Newsom for a moving screen here. And that's going to turn the ball back over to Abilene Christian, down just 3, so just a 1-possession game. Chance to tie things up here.
So you look at the facial expressions, the body language of the Pioneers, there's no panic on their face. They just need to get back to doing what they did earlier in the game, moving the ball around, getting easy shots.
Fortunate bounce of the basketball there for the Pioneers. Shot, thank you. Okay. All right, well, the shot went up for Abilene Christian. It was off the mark. Rebound pulled in by Newsom, and I said thank you because I thought she was fouled, but instead a travel was called, and 6:35 to go, 59-56. Abilene Christian has the ball underneath their own basket.
Well, from this reporter's point of view, she traveled because she got shoved.
Battle for the rebound there. Comes into the hands of Paige Parliament. She puts it back and pulls the Wildcats to within 1 at 59-58. 6:20 to go, second half. Hanna with the ball up top to Nickel on the right wing. Back up top to Atwood. Atwood, left side to Newsom. And there's going to be a foul called here. Newsom got a nice screen from Atwood, and they're going to call a holding foul against Mac Langford, her second foul. Just a 16 foul against ACU. So TWU is going to have it out on the near sideline here. Newsom sends it inbounds to Smith. Just over 6 minutes to play. TWU hanging on to a 1-point lead right now here in the second half. Cammie Smith with the ball, left wing. Feeds it into Atwood. Atwood, strong move to the basket, and that ball looked like it was going to drop, but it just fell off the front of the rim. But Atwood's going to get 2 free throws.
So here in the second half, it's been Kelsey Smith and Paige Parliament, 6'1" and 6'2" posts for the Wildcats. Points in the paint advantage for the Wildcats so far tonight, 34-24.
Atwood's first free throw off the mark. Lead remains at 1 point. Good move by Atwood there on the inside. They fed it into her in the post, and she drew a double team and was able to draw the foul off of that as her second free throw goes down. Pioneers up 60-58 now, 5:50 to go, second half. Jordan pushes the ball left, back up top to Smith, swings it around to Williams. Williams, three-pointer on the way, right side won't go, and rebound tipped out of bounds by Kelsey Smith. Pioneers going to get the ball back.
So give the Wildcats credit really for hanging in there. Could have easily folded it in. playing the defending conference champs on their own home court after a pretty long drive. And they've just hung in there, hung around. That's what if you're a young team, you just want a chance late in the game, and they've done that.
Absolutely. And again, a big spark provided by these freshmen for Abilene Christian. Newsom, top of the key to Hannah. Hannah right side to Nickel. Nickel back up top to Smith. Smith drives the lane, kicks it left corner. Newsom three, knocks it down. Big basket there for the TWU Pioneers, 63-58. Quickly, though, the other way. Langford's shot off the mark. Rebound pulled in from Newsom, and Newsom going to be called for a travel there as she
that was legitimate that time. The other time it was not so, I didn't think. That time, that
now,
was a
Coach Gilson doesn't think so because she's hurting her own arm by slapping it there. She felt she was fouled. Regardless, ball, it was a tie-up, and Newsom pulled, kind of like when you're playing tug of war. Somebody lets go to the other end of the rope.
That's what happened.
She went down to the floor and got called for the travel. So ACU with the basketball, little picket fence play there that they ran for Mac Langford, but her three-pointer won't go down. And rebound pulled in by the Pioneers. So 4:52 to go. Pioneers with some momentum now, 63-58, holding on to that lead. Into the post, Hannah. And they're going to call this beautiful shot fake. That's a senior against a freshman right there, by the way. Got Darian Williams way off her feet with the shot fake and able to draw the foul. They did call the foul on the floor, but that is the 8th team foul, so Hannah will go to the line for 1-on-1.
Well, with Hannah's rebound on the other end, that gives her a double-double for the game. She's got 22 points and 10 rebounds now. She's not done. And, again, it seems like all night when we at the Pioneers have needed a play, it's been Jessica Hannah that's stepped up to make it.
And Hannah makes the first free throw of the 1-on-1 there. And I mentioned last year at ACU she had 22 points and 8 rebounds, so she's topped that performance already on both sides. And makes the second free throw, 24 points now for Hannah, and TWU up 65-58, 4:35 to play in the second half.
They've got the 5'8" Hannah on the 6'2" post.
And move inside. Renata Marquez a little too fancy, and she traveled with the basketball. So Pioneers, chance to stretch this back out to 9 or 10 with a 2 or a 3 here with 4.5 to play in the second half. So Pioneers have withstood a couple of strong surges by Abilene Christian here in the second half. Nickel with the ball. Sends it to Atwood on the right side. Those two are out there with Newsom, Hannah, and Smith. And foul called there against Renata Marquez.
Hey, can I make a correction?
Sure.
I said that Hannah was 5'8". She's actually 5'9". I'm all about accuracy.
All right, good.
As far as you know.
Missed it. And
2 shots.
Jessica Hannah has, it's a 1-on-1. It said 2 shots, but it's actually a 1-on-1. And it rattles out and rebounded by Kelsey Smith. So Pioneers going to be in the double bonus. That was a 19th foul against Abilene Christian. They'll be in the double bonus the rest of the way. And I'll tell you what, Paige Parliament, big time move there on Jessica Hannah. We talked about that size advantage, and she uses it again with a turnaround hook shot, 65-60. Pioneers remain on top with the basketball. Hannah up top, over to Newsom. Newsom finds Thurman cutting toward the basket. Tough handle for Thurman, so she kicks it back out to Atwood. Left side to Smith. Under 10 seconds down to 6 seconds now. Shot clock. 3-pointer on the way for Thurman. Won't go. Rebound pulled in by the 5-foot-tall Tamina Jordan. She gets it ahead to Langford. Langford drives the lane, and she is fouled. A couple of hands in there, and she is fouled in the act of shooting, and she'll shoot 2 free throws. When we come back, there is a timeout on the floor. And so 3:23 to play. TWU 65, Abilene Christian 60. We're going to take a break and come right back.
Shut Sports is proud to support Texas Women's University Athletics and the Lone Star Conference. Shut Sports offers the best in football, softball, and baseball helmets. Shut Sports is also the official softball helmet of the Lone Star Conference. Find out more about Shut Sports at shutsports.com. That's SCHUTT sports.com.
At Texas Spine, Orthopedics and Rehabilitation in Denton, the doctors and staff are committed to providing comprehensive quality diagnosis and treatment of all orthopedic conditions and spine care. Dr. Paul Watley and the rest of the team at Texas Spine, Orthopedics and Rehabilitation also provide top-notch care for the TWU Pioneers. Texas Spine, Orthopedics and Rehabilitation. They're members of Texas Health Physicians Group.
This is Cammie Smith, and you're listening to the home of Pioneer Basketball, the Pioneer Broadcasting Network.
Welcome back to Kitty Magee Arena. 3:23 to play here in the second half. TWU Pioneers 65, Abilene Christian Wildcats 60, and Mac Langford going to go to the line for 2 free throws here to try to cut into that lead for ACU.
So far this second half, the Pioneers shooting 44% from the field, 40% from the three-point line. So they've had to work for their points here in the second half.
First free throw on the way for Langford is good. 65-61 now. Langford, a sophomore out of Weatherford, Texas, 5'7", came in leading the team in scoring with 25.7 points per game. Second free throw goes down as well, and that was just the 7th and 8th points of the game for Langford, but they cut it back to a one-possession game, 65-62 now. TWU on top, 3:15 to go, second half. Thurman, left side, guarded by Smith. Back up top to Cammie Smith. Right side to Hannah. Thurman on the top, back to Newsom. Newsom to Atwood. Shot clock, 8 seconds now. And ball stolen away there off the pass. Oh, what is that? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my heavens. Renata Marquez, I don't have any idea how that wasn't called. It had to be either a double dribble or a travel. It wasn't even close. There was absolutely nothing. I'm dumbfounded. Regardless, it was a huge violation, but ball, she got it into the hands of Cecily Perez, who made a layup and now makes it 65-64. TWU just leading by 1. That's one of the worst no calls I've ever seen. That one was really bad. Smith, left side, Newsom, 3, won't go. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with TWU, and that shot clock was running down there, and the ball did hit the rim, so Pioneers get a fresh shot clock.
So Pioneers really working hard here to get back on track offensively. They've gone almost 3 minutes without scoring.
Thurman with the basketball. Up top to Smith. Smith to Newsom, top of the key. 3 goes down! It rattled, it bounced. It wanted to come out, but it didn't, and a huge bucket there from Brittany Newsom for the Pioneers. Ball quickly inside to Paige Parliament. Her turnaround won't go down, and a rebound pulled in by Jessica Hanna. Tipped around there by Crystal Atwood and then pulled in by Hanna. 1:47 to go. Second half, Pioneers on top, 68-64. Very exciting contest here today at Kitty Magee Arena. Atwood, top of the key, pull-up jumper from 15 feet, won't go. Rebound grabbed by Marquez. She's getting it quickly ahead, finds a cutting Langford to the basket. Langford's left-hand layup goes down, and a timeout called quickly by Shauna Lavender, the head coach of the Abilene Christian Wildcats, with 1:26 to go now. TWU leads by 2.
I think Coach Gilson would have preferred that maybe the Pioneers take a little bit more time off the clock. They shot pretty quickly into the shot clock. I didn't see exactly what it was, but it wasn't very far into it. Hanging on to that 4-point lead, they would have preferred maybe to work a little bit more clock off. And give credit, though, to Abilene Christian, because they took the rebound and went right back down the court and got the quick bucket and have made this a 2-point game. Interestingly, the Wildcats have not led since the 4-minute mark of this game in the first half. And so we've only had one lead change tonight, which would be a testament to the Pioneers' ability to get it out in front and hang on to that lead, but they are barely hanging on here with 1:26 to go.
Yeah, one time after another, they've been able to answer the call. And we'll see if they're able to do it here over the last minute and 26 seconds. 68-66, TWU on top. 1:20 to play, second half. Smith, guarded by Cecily Perez, gets it to Atwood. And timeout called by TWU head coach Beth Gilson. It's just going to be a 30-second timeout. And while we do that, while we have that, Andy, maybe if you can find in that book there the epic game that these two teams played. I'll give the fans an update on the gymnastics, but there was an epic game that these two teams played, a 3 or 4 overtime game.
Yeah,
and
a 4 overtime game, and I'll give you the rundown
find that info on that. That's something that we could be in here for again tonight. Well, tomorrow, Sunday, December 4th, 2 o'clock, right here at Kitty Magee Arena, TWU Gymnastics Holiday Spectacular. Free admission, free TWU Gymnastics Holiday T-shirts to the first 150 fans, free holiday cookies and drinks, free pictures with Santa, and holiday entertainment.
So back on January 5th, 2009, these two teams played. They went to 4 overtimes before Abilene Christian won. Get this, 147 to 143.
Cammie Smith, the senior leader, drives it to the basket, lays it in with the left hand, and says, we don't need another one of those games. I'm going to put TWU up by 4 right now. Renata Marquez tries to feed it inside, and it is stolen away by Jessica Hanna. Huge plays by 2 seniors down the stretch here. 48 seconds to go. Pioneers on top by 4. About a 25 second differential on the shot clock. Oh, feed inside to Crystal Atwood. Atwood goes up for the shot, and her shot was blocked, but she was fouled in the act of shooting, and that's going to send her to the line for 2 free throws. 70-66. TWU leads by 4, 39.2 seconds to go. A couple other numbers, some of the individual scores in that game was insane. I know Renee Renz had 63 points in that game. Jamie Meyer for Abilene Christian had 49. Actually, Jessica Hanna, who was a freshman at the time, she had 15 points in that game. 14. Just insane. Atwood missed the first free throw, but knocked down the second. We're now down to 35 seconds remaining in the second half. Pioneers holding on to a 5-point lead. Langford with a drive up off the glass, able to cut it back to 3 now, and a quick timeout called by the Wildcats. 28.7 seconds to go. 71-68. TWU on top of Abilene Christian. This is going to be a full timeout. They don't have any 30s left, so we're going to take a break, and we'll come right back.
The Forum at Denton Station provides premier student living at an affordable price. Located just 10 minutes from the TWU Denton campus, the Forum offers awesome amenities, including a resort-style pool, stand-up tanning beds, a half-court basketball gym, door-to-door TWU shuttle service, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a cyber cafe with Wi-Fi access and a coffee bar. The Forum at Denton Station. Make it happen.
All right, welcome back to Kitty Magee Arena. Pioneer basketball, they lead 71-68, 28.7 seconds to go. Ball inbounded to Smith. Quickly back to Jessica Hanna. Up ahead to Newsom. Newsom sends it across to Thurman. Shot clock is off, so ACU had to foul there, and it's going to be 2 free throws now coming up here. I believe it's going to be Cammie Smith going to the line. No? Cammie Smith. Oh, they called the foul on Tabitha Thurman passed the ball, and they called it right after she let go of the pass. So it's going to be Tabitha Thurman going to the line for 2 free throws.
Shooting 44% from the line on the season.
First free throw knocks it down. Huge free throw there to make it a 2-possession game at 4 points, 72-68, 21.2 seconds to go.
Good job, Tabitha. That would be the person you'd want to foul on the TWU roster, but not tonight.
And second shot off the mark. And rebound tipped out of bounds, and the baseline official asking for help, and he gets it from Vicky Seal, and Seal says it belongs to the Abilene Christian Wildcats. So 20.2 seconds to go. TWU up 4, putting on some token pressure here just to slow things up a little bit for the Abilene Christian Wildcats. Mac Langford dribbles left side, kicks it to Smith. 3-pointer from the corner for Langford, way off the mark, off the top of the backboard, and a rebound pulled in by Jessica Hanna. She is fouled over the back by Paige Parliament, and Hanna going to go to the line for 2 free throws to try to extend this 4-point TWU lead with 9.3 seconds left.
This is a pretty good line on the night for Jessica Hanna. She's certainly been the team leader. You'd expect that from her. She was all-conference last season. She's 11 rebounds, 24 points, 5 assists, and now 25 points.
Free throw goes down, 73-68. Pioneers, 9.3 seconds left. And second free throw down as well. So 6-point lead now as we're down to 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Pull-up jumper, Cecily Perez won't go. Rebound pulled in by Newsom. And time runs out here, and the TWU Pioneers hang on for a very impressive 74-68 victory in their first win in the Lone Star Conference this season, and handled 3 or 4 or 5 flourishes from the Abilene Christian Wildcats to hang on and win this thing 74-68.
Showed a lot of resilience on the side of the Pioneers when things were kind of going crazy. The Wildcats started to make a run and chip away. And how many times have you seen that a team that had a big lead that lost it just can't recapture that momentum? And I think you'd have to give the credit to Cammie Smith and to Jessica Hanna, Tabitha Thurman, all of those Pioneers, Brittany Newsom as well. You know, she's not an underclassman. She's a junior as a transfer from junior college. That leadership, one of the things I saw, and I was going to mention Brittany Newsom, nothing rattles her. In fact, she looks like she's just having a great time no matter what. And the closer the game, the more she's smiling. And I'm wondering how that gets under the skin of your opponent. When they're going crazy, she's saying, it's all right, I got
Everything's okay. Yeah,
it's all good.
Exactly.
I got this.
Absolutely. So, yeah, and Pioneers, luckily for the Pioneers, Wildcats never able to get back over the top. They cut it, I believe it was cut to 1 as the closest it got at one point, but never able to get back over the top. You mentioned they last led with 4 minutes ish to go. No, 4 minutes in, right, to the first half. Is that what you said? And so never able to get the lead back the rest of the way, and the Pioneers hang on 74-68. You're listening to TWU Basketball on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network, home of the Maroon and White. We'll recap today's game and hear from TWU head coach Beth Gilson and our Pioneer player of the game when we return for the Forum at Denton Station post-game show. The Forum at Denton Station, premier student living at an affordable price. We'll be back in just a moment.
At First United Bank, we know you have a choice in determining where to do your banking and selecting the type of personal banking accounts that will help you best reach your financial goals. That's why we offer an array of options from which you may choose to make your money work harder and go farther for you. First United Bank, all that matters is the size of your dreams.
Tonight's broadcast on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network is brought to you in part by the following corporate partners of TWU Athletics: The Retreat at Denton, Wittmis, Weinberger's Deli, BBVA Compass, Internet Consult Services, and the Active Network.
Hi, this is Beth Gilson, head coach of the TWU basketball team. Join me at the next Maroon and White Luncheon at 12 noon on Monday, January 24th at Outback Steakhouse in Denton. For just $5, you can get a great lunch and hear all the latest news about your favorite Pioneer team.
This is Cammie Smith, and you're listening to the home of Pioneer Basketball, the Pioneer Broadcasting Network.
Do you want up-to-the-minute news on your favorite TWU Pioneer team? Log on to TWAthletics.com for scores, stats, schedules, news, and photos. You can also like TWU Athletics on Facebook or follow the TWU Pioneers on Twitter. And new for this year, text TWU to 68247 for exclusive updates about any and all things TWU Athletics related.
This is Jessica Hanna, and you're listening to the home of TWU Basketball, the Pioneer Broadcasting Network.
We strive for academic excellence. We believe in engaging our community. We're proud of our tradition. We exemplify respect on and off the field. We conduct ourselves with integrity, and we're committed to being the best. That's why we're the one. Lone Star Conference, we're the one.
Welcome to the Forum at Denton Station post-game show. It's now time for a scoring summary and recap of today's game. This summary is brought to you by Schutt Sports. Schutt Sports, the provider of the official softball helmet for the Lone Star Conference. So great game here today. Very exciting game, Andy, and lots of good numbers, I know, on the side of the Pioneer stat sheet, and some pretty impressive numbers for the Wildcats as well.
Absolutely, on both sides. What's interesting, this game started out as if we might be at like 18-18 at the end of the game. Neither team could score for the first 4 minutes. At the 4-minute mark, it was the Wildcats 4 and the Pioneers 2, but things turned around quickly from that point on, and it was really all Pioneers. Once they took the lead in the first half, with about 5 minutes expired, they never relinquished it. Only one lead change in this game. The Pioneers took a 33-21 lead into halftime and really felt like they had this game under control, but the Wildcats battled back quite a bit in the second half. They were able to make some nice runs and close the gap ultimately to 1 point, but the Pioneers were able to answer each time, and that's what you'd expect from a team full of senior leaders like Jessica Hanna and Cammie Smith. So some team stats for the game for the TWU Pioneers. They shoot 46% or almost 47% from the field, 44% from the three-point arc, and 66% on their free throws. And so that's right about at their season average. They were able to pick up the pace in the second half, scored 41 second-half points, and that really doesn't tell the story, though. It was just a lot of a gritty play and answering, and I think the character and the resilience shown by the Pioneers here in this game, that should give them a lot of confidence as they head in through conference play. So let's talk about some of the individual scores for the Pioneers, and then we'll look at the Abilene Christian Wildcats, who had some pretty impressive performers as well. But you'd have to start with Jessica Hanna, the senior. She ended up with 12 rebounds, 26 points, and 4 assists in 35 minutes to lead all scorers. She's just 2 points away now from being the third all-time leading scorer in TWU history. So I'm quite certain that'll happen
Wednesday,
early in the game on Wednesday. Also, though, let's tip our hats to Cammie Smith, the other senior guard. She finished the night with just 4 points, but had 10 assists. And those were key. And Tabitha Thurman, we talked about her early in the game, controlling the boards against the post play, the very impressive and good-sized post play from Abilene Christian. Finished the game with 7 rebounds and 9 points. And then Brittany Newsom stepped up and got hot from the three-point line. She led the team with 3 three-pointers and finished the game with 17 points. And it seemed like all of those three-pointers came at critical moments to answer a run. And again, you'd expect that from an upperclassman, the junior. So nice game, nice performance, good resilience, a lot to build on for Coach Gilson. And we'll hear from her here in just a moment. For Abilene Christian, they go to 0-1 in conference play, and their season record is 2-2 now. Came up here and really, I think they gave a lot more of a push to the Pioneers than it appeared that was going to happen, certainly at halftime. And you'd have to give the credit to that to Kelsey Smith and Paige Parliament, 6'1" and 6'2" posts, and just tremendous fundamentals, good solid play. They both ended the game, Kelsey Smith with 15 points, Paige Parliament with 14, and 6 rebounds for Kelsey and only 3 for Paige Parliament, which is an interesting stat for a post player. Mac Langford came into tonight's game, or today's game, averaging 25 points a game for the Wildcats, but only was able to get 12 on shooting just 5 of 17 from the field, 0 for 5 from the three-point line. And so give a lot of credit again to Cammie Smith and Jessica Hanna for playing some good defense on those 2 players. So good win for the Pioneers, and they'll take their record to 5-1 and 1-1 in conference play. You're listening to TW Basketball on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back to interview TWU head coach Beth Gilson and our Pioneer Player of the Game.
When you're in Denton to see your favorite Pioneer team, we'd like to encourage you to visit one of these TWU Athletics preferred restaurants: Double Dave's Pizza Works, Weinberger's Deli, Palio's Pizza Cafe, Witch, Fuzzy's Taco Shop, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, or El Guapo's Tex-Mex Restaurant.
This is Cammie Smith, and you're listening to the home of Pioneer Basketball, the Pioneer Broadcasting Network.
Welcome back to Kitty McGee Arena, where the Texas Women's University Pioneers have just knocked off the Abilene Christian Wildcats 74-68 to give TWU head coach Beth Gilson her first Lone Star Conference win this season. We are now joined by Coach Gilson. Congratulations.
Thank you.
First, you and I were talking a little bit while we were off the air there. Talk a little bit about those runs that ACU put on you guys. It was just one surge after another, but you were able to answer.
Right. I thought there were a lot of times in the second half our team could have folded and they didn't. And I think that shows the sign of a good team. The way we just kept fighting back. We never lost our composure. We never lost the lead. It got close, but I was really proud of their resilience.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the big reasons for that resilience was some really strong leadership from Jessica Hanna and Cammie Davis, just keeping things under control, keeping things solid. But also, it seemed like after every timeout, nearly every timeout, they'd come back and make one big play after another, just the two seniors.
Yeah, we really wanted to get the ball in Hannah's hand, especially at the beginning of the game and then down the stretch, And I was proud of her because she struggled through the first half, missing those first couple shots. But I said, keep shooting, and she did. I mean, she was a monster, double-double, 26 points, 12 rebounds. And then Cammie, we just want the ball in her hands. We know that she doesn't show a lot of emotion, but she's going to be solid no matter what. And I thought she did a great job of penetrating middle, getting shooters open down the stretch, especially when our offense was kind of falling apart. Great leadership by them.
Yeah, absolutely. Cammie finished with 10 assists, came in with a team lead of 44 assists, so now 54 assists in the first 5-6 games. Very impressive. And also, Brittany Newsom, early on, I remember the Ouachita Baptist game. She got in a little bit of foul trouble, a little bit of trouble getting untracked, and her numbers, much better now. Third on the team in scoring, 11.4, and she's third in steals with 9. That was coming into this game. Put up 17 points. Talk a little bit about her performance too, please.
Just a great job offensively. Ready to score off down screens. She has a real quick release, and then she started attacking the basket to get into the free throw line. And man, what resilience by her! I felt like she was just getting manhandled down there sometimes, and she was just so strong with the ball. And then better job by her defensively. She was on their best score, 14, and I thought that she did a great job defending her. And that was a key for us this game.
Absolutely, holding Mac Langford came in. She was scoring 25.7 points per game. Held her to just 12 points and no rebounds as well. So the first Lone Star Conference win for you this year. Obviously, things are a little different in terms of the setup and all that kind of stuff. Talk a little bit about what that means and how we're going to move forward.
Anytime you can get a win in the Lone Star Conference, it's good. And we really talked about wanting to protect our home court. Anytime somebody comes to play here, we want to protect it. And ACU, they're a great team. And so just good to get wins. And we got to focus every single game. Like I said, it's so tough, and it's a battle every night. So anytime you can get a win in the conference, it's good. And we definitely expect to continue.
Well, absolutely. And we talked all broadcast long about what a young team they are, and the future is very, very bright. For them as well. And I have to ask before I get to the last question, though, I don't know. I need to ask Jeff what I should or shouldn't say on the air, but what did the officials say to you on this obvious either double dribble or travel when they got the free layup down there? What was the official saying to you?
Oh, he said, well, I didn't see it, but I thought Chet might have saw it, but it probably should have been my call, so it might have been a mistake. So I don't know. It kind of looked like the officials were looking at each other, maybe thinking that either one was going to call it. I don't know, but I mean, I definitely thought it was a carry. But you don't get all the calls, and that was another thing I thought our players did a good job of. We're not going to get all the calls. Either team's not, but we just got to stay focused. So.
So does the announcer.
Yeah, so does the coach. So.
All right. Well, finally, Eastern New Mexico coming in on Wednesday. Tell us a little bit about what to look forward to for that and what you're expecting.
Haven't got to watch any film on them yet, but we'll get started on that tomorrow. And like I said, every team is good in this conference. They're kind of the underdog, but definitely playing really hard. Have played a lot of good teams and played them closely. They have a really good post player named Precious Heron that has just been a force to be reckoned with inside. So we're going to have to think about how we're going to defend her and, just be ready to play. That's the main thing. Be ready to play. Be hungry for a win.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Enjoy this victory, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks. And that was TWU head coach Beth Gilson, whose Pioneers have just knocked off the Abilene Christian Wildcats 74-68 to go to 5-1 overall in the season and 1-1 in conference play, getting their first conference victory. And we are now joined by senior Jessica Hanna out of China Spring, Texas. And I said to you last time I did an interview with the game, but I said, why did they pick you player of the game? What did you do? and you said, well, nothing, when you had about,
My job.
80 points. Yeah, exactly. So tonight, here you sit again, 26 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Unbelievable performance. First of all, one of the first questions I asked Coach Gilson, and I think the thing that stood out the most was there in the second half, ACU kept making run after run after run at us, and we just kept fighting it off. Tell us a little bit about that.
We just kept our composure. We kept our composure, and we knew that they were going to make a run. Basketball is a game of runs, and so we knew not to get down or to freak out. So we knew that our time was going to come, and theirs was going to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. And you and Cammie Smith, in particular, as the senior leaders, I talked about what an outstanding job you guys did of showing that leadership kind of out of each timeout. You guys continued to make big plays. Just tell me a little bit about your mindset and maybe some of the communication you may have had with Cammie during the game.
I pretty much told Cammie, I had a girl smaller than me. I was like, Cammie, let me post up. Just let me post up. And so me and Cammie have a pretty good chemistry between us. We've only played together for about a year and a half now, but she is an unbelievable player, unbelievable point guard, unbelievable passer. And so I know if I even cut, she already thinks I'm gonna cut. Like she's in my head. Like we get that ESP stuff. And so
exactly. Well, you had a tough defensive assignment for a lot of the game there, down on Paige Parliament down low, and she's a pretty big beast for a freshman.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Tell me a little bit about her.
She is amazing. I mean, I couldn't do anything to stop her. Like, I'm 5'7", she's about 6'1". Incredible turnaround jumper. She can post. Like, she could do it all. She's a pretty good player. Like, I had a tough assignment. Yes, I did.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and they're a very, very young team, and so sometimes it's nice to be a senior and sort of run away from those young teams and just say bye. I'll see you later. So, well, you had 26 points tonight, and that puts you very near third place on the career scoring list here at TWU, just a couple of points away from a tie for that spot. Peggy Allen is the all-time leader. Tammy Jolch is second. Both of those ladies are in the TWU Athletics Hall of Fame. So you can take off any kind of modesty cap right now. I'll give you permission to she shakes her head no. But tell me a little bit about what that means to you and about your career here at TWU, which still has lots and lots of games left, but kind of reaching a milestone like this.
I mean, it would be great to reach at least second. I don't think I can hit 1,000 points this year, but that really is not on my mind every game. Like, I'm just looking out for the dub. Like, I want the W every time. I don't care if I score 2 points or 20 points. As long as we come out with a W, I'm okay. I'm satisfied with my game.
Absolutely. So I knew you wouldn't brag on yourself, even when I gave you the green light.
No, I couldn't
you still wouldn't do it.
I'm very humble.
Good. That's good. That's very, very good. So I already put you in the Hall of Fame, by the way. So you're already there. But I don't have a vote. So.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations on a terrific game today, and good luck on Wednesday.
All right. Thanks.
All right. We thank Jessica Hanna for stopping by as our Pioneer Player of the Game. Those interviews with Coach Gilson and Jessica Hanna brought to you by the Holiday Inn. The Holiday Inn, stay you. We're going to take a quick break and come right back with some final thoughts and wrap things up here today. 74-68, TWU Pioneers knock off Abilene Christian. We'll take a break, come right back.
Hospitality is key to your TWU Pioneers. If you're traveling to Denton, please consider staying at one of the TWU Athletics preferred hotels. The Holiday Inn of Denton, the Hampton Inn and Suites, the Courtyard by Marriott Denton, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the Best Western Premier, or the Marriott Champions Circle. Be sure to ask for special TWU Athletics rates for discounts and other perks.
Welcome back to the Forum at Denton Station post-game show. Time to wrap things up here on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network. TWU just beat Abilene Christian 74-68. Pioneers go to 5-1 overall, 1-1 in the Lone Star Conference. ACU drops to 2-2 and 0-1 in the conference. ACU heads back home to host St. Edwards in a non-conference game on Tuesday. TWU Pioneers will be right here at Kitty Magee Arena to host Eastern New Mexico in a Lone Star Conference game on Wednesday. So, some final thoughts, Andy, on today's game.
Well, I think you summed it up when you were interviewing Coach Gilson. You just talked about the ability to get out in front and never relinquish that lead and to withstand the runs from a younger team, and showed a lot of senior leadership. Jessica Hanna, Cammie Smith, Brittany Newsom, and staff and team just really did a nice job holding that off and extending the lead and making the plays every time they had to answer. So you talked about coming up It's the Eastern New Mexico squad. They'll be coming in here to Denton and Kitty Magee Arena. That'll be your next conference game. And that game's coming up 6 o'clock on Wednesday.
7.
Is it 7 o'clock? Okay,
Yes, sir.
My bad.
It's all right.
So right now,
You're allowed one mistake per season.
Eastern New Mexico has a 2-4 record. They're 1-0 in conference play. We're not sure what happened today. Try to get that for you, obviously, before the broadcast on Wednesday night. But again, a team that will be gunning for TWU. Everybody's got, right now the target is squarely on the back of the Pioneers. And tonight they were able to stand up to that and showed why they were conference champions. And so we'll look to see if they can continue that on Wednesday night.
Absolutely. Well, don't forget, Pioneer fans, we'll be back on the air, just like Andy said. More TWU basketball Wednesday, December 7th. Pioneers host the Eastern New Mexico Zias. How about that one for a nickname, Andy?
Hey.
Our pregame show will start at 6:35, and tip-off is set for 7 o'clock. Now, I want to send out extra special thank you to Jonathan Wittmis, our producer today, and Andy Smith, our color commentator. They worked a high school football game down in Corsicana last night, didn't get back home until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then they were here earlier this morning to record some ad spots, and I appreciate their dedication and the time they put into the broadcast. So, for color commentator Andy Smith and producer Jonathan Wittmis, I'm Steve Sheridan saying so long from Kitty Magee Arena, where the TWU Pioneers have beaten the Abilene Christian Wildcats 74-68. You've been listening to TWU Basketball on the Pioneer Broadcasting Network, home of the Maroon and White. Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for listening.